All right, I think this is the angle we like here for the new intro. This is cozy.
Well, we got to start it over now.
No, we don't need to start it over. Welcome to the Resistance Chronicle. I'm Matt.
I'm Eric.
And we had a cool conversation with some guy from our town that Eric and I have seen on the Facebook pages, and we made friends with, and he turned out to be an awesome dude.
Yeah, super libertarian. ANCAP.
Yep. He considers himself an anarcho-capitalist, yeah.
And I think it was a good discussion. We just kind of tapped into everything. Little into, where we go from here as a country, and, a little local, dabbed into Marv and Heemeyer of the Killdozer. If you haven't looked it up, it's on Netflix, his documentary. It's called Tread. Definitely suggest it. They do make him look a little bit like he's insane, but they do a good job of bringing up how the town fucked him.
Yeah.
So in a way, it was, you give a little, take a little, I guess, in that sense.
I thought this whole episode was going to be about that, and we were going to talk about Marv and Heemeyer and Killdozer and whatnot. We dipped into it a little bit. I still want to do a full episode on it.
Yeah, I think we should.
I want to break the whole thing down and do something better than what is out there right now for information, because I think the information that's on this guy and what he did and how he went about it and why he was triggered the way he was is bullshit. So
he was a hero. He did not do anything wrong. If his tapes are on YouTube, you can definitely listen to all his tapes, and you can see how the town of Granby screwed him.
Yeah, the town screwed him. He reacted, and we need to document that and speak to it, because there's nobody out there that's doing it.
So enjoy our podcast and enjoy our awesome intro.
Here's our awesome intro.
It's not a political statement. It's a patriotic duty.
And the editors of great newspapers, such as yours, owe a common obligation to the people.
Freedom is never more than one generation away from extinction. We didn't pass it on to our children in the bloodstream.
What are you people? On dope?
I have come here to chew bubblegum and kick ass. And I'm all out of bubblegum.
But we have some bad hombres here, and we're going to get them out.
So do you want an introduction or anything?
We do it after. Yeah, we'll do it after. Go ahead, tell them.
No, we just do it. We do a little video after, and that plays before our intro.
Cool.
Yeah, so if we put it up, or when we put it up, we'll record the introduction. I think, how do you want to do it? I kind of like how we were doing it before, when we put the thing up and recorded it.
You didn't have Aaron here, did you?
No.
No,
Dude,
you're
he's
our
like
first in-house guest.
He's like a hippie, man.
Dude, he's nuts. Like in a good way. Like
He started it, right?
him and Bruce did. I think Bruce was more involved with it.
What, Ravencoin?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bruce Fenton is like.
Yeah, him and some guy named Tron something or other. He's like the main
Twitter,
developer.
yeah. But that guy Bruce is like fucking rich as shit. He like owns.
Well, how much Ravencoin does he have?
Oh no, it's not even three. He owns like a capital wealth management company in New Hampshire. And he used to live. I forget where he used to live in Pennsylvania, I think, and then he moved to New Hampshire. Yeah, he lives up near Portsmouth on this like estate. He always takes like Twitter videos and stuff, and he's like got a 4-wheeler to get around his like estate. But yeah, he like invites people to come up and like have like freedom rallies and stuff. Like he's.
Have you ever heard of Pork Fest?
Yeah.
Are you ever go?
I don't know. Is the Free State Project associated with that?
Yeah.
Yeah. See, they rub me.
See, we gotta talk about
Can I
this.
just start recording this? How do you want to get introduced? First name, last name, does it matter?
No, it doesn't matter.
All right.
You do that.
All right. We're recording now. Welcome everybody. I want to introduce our guest today. His name's Joe Robichaud, local guy in town. We all met through Facebook, and now we're kind of all together just hanging out. We're going to talk a little bit about Marv and Heemeyer, a little bit about Liberty, a little bit about New Hampshire, and from what I see of you, Joe, online, you got some good knowledge, some good thoughts. Kind of think along the same lines as we do. So yeah, let's get it started. Before we started recording, we were talking about Bruce Fenton. You want to pick it up from there?
I mean, yeah, I don't know much about him except through social media. I never met the guy or anything, but he was a huge crypto advocate. I mean, I heard about crypto way back in like 2012, and I'm still kicking myself for not. I didn't know how to buy it back then.
So many.
So many, but I did own like in my career, like probably 15 Bitcoin at one point.
Wish you had hung on to that, huh?
Yeah, and then I had another shitty altcoin that ended up, if I kept it at its peak, would have been $4.3 million. But I don't want to talk about that. So
now you got into Ravencoin when it was what, like 2 cents?
Oh no, before it was almost under a penny. The week I was watching and following on Twitter the week before it got developed and everything. Because I've been following Bruce on Twitter for like over probably 5-10 years maybe.
Now, what brings you to crypto, and like what makes you so intrigued with crypto? Like in the fact
the lack of government.
Yeah, but you still get taxed on it, right? Through the government. Like if I pull the money, if I have 5,000 Raven coins and I sell it for US dollars.
But that's not the point of crypto. It's just like that meme out there. It's like
the fiat money.
Yeah, well, so it's got Neo from the Matrix and Lawrence Fishburne. I forget what his name is in the Matrix.
Yeah.
Morpheus. And Neo says to him, he goes, "So you're telling me in the future I can trade my Bitcoin for $1 million?" And Morpheus looks and says, "I'm telling you, in the future you won't have to."
It is.
Yeah. So, I mean, I was young when I sold mine. I made like 12 grand. That was fucking awesome.
Yeah.
But like now if I had like 11 of them, I'd be sitting on $250,000,
Right.
It's just I got into it for that reason, and because Bruce, looking at his stuff on Twitter and then following a couple of the guys he followed, seemed to know what they're talking about, so I just jumped on board. I mean, I didn't do any real, I don't know any of the like technical stuff about it. Like I get, it's still kind of a foreign concept, the whole mining it thing, and everything gets, how it gets like distributed, or the blockchain, but I know enough to keep it and hold it now.
Yeah, too many people I think right now are buying it and selling it.
Well, that's the thing. All these Facebook groups with like the Robinhood
Yeah.
crowd. I call it's like the new generation, and these kids are gonna get screwed. They're gonna get demolished.
Yeah.
Because they're buying on hype. Everything, even stocks. They're just buying hype stocks.
Mm-hmm.
Like, yeah, I mean, there was a ton of money being made with GameStop, but if you weren't one of those guys from Reddit at the beginning, you probably got screwed.
Yeah, you got it in.
And then they just like, even the Dogecoin thing, which is a joke. I have to stop commenting on people who recommend that nonsense. Oh, I went down a penny. Okay.
Ponzi scheme is what it is.
Well,
Aaron described it all.
Yeah, it's literally unlimited supply. So there can never be, it'll never be what Bitcoin is. Well, Bitcoin started out under a penny. Yeah, but Bitcoin has a finite amount.
Yeah.
Dogecoin makes, like, I forget what the number is, say 50,000 a day or 50,000 per transaction. They just don't understand economics. And I mean, good for Robin. Well, I got other thoughts about Robinhood, but good for them. They created a product that the market wanted. Now they can, these kids can invest. It's gonna hurt a lot of them.
Yeah.
They complain when stocks go down by 3%. Like, dude, big deal. Like my 401k went up like 30% last year. The year before it didn't, but it's a slow.
It's a marathon, not a
like,
sprint.
I mean, yeah, if you want to get like penny stock, it's not a problem, but a gambling affinity for gambling. So, it might take like $500 and screw around some penny stocks, but if I lose it, whatever, I got my entertainment. Like these kids are like throwing rent money on like these stupid one employee shipping companies. And it drops by like 50%. What did you think? Like, did you even look into the background? Like, it's just...
That's the problem, is they're holding it, and they think they're holding it, squeezing out these hedge funds.
Right, but they don't know what they're talking about.
Exactly.
Like that kid from Reddit, Deep Fucking Value, he knows what he's talking about.
Yeah.
He's I think he's a licensed broker. Like, he's got background in finance, so he knew what he was talking about. I've seen the word gamma squeeze and short squeeze, like, just... Stop.
It's ridiculous.
You don't know what you don't know. That's the problem. They're ignorant.
Yeah.
And don't pretend.
And then they hit one lucky one, and they show a screenshot of them making like 50 grand in a week.
Yeah.
Cool. Like, good for you. But that doesn't mean you can tell other people you know what you're doing and they don't.
Right.
So that's crypto. That's what's frustrating me about it now, is because people are just buying it.
It's becoming popular,
But I mean, at the same time, I'm going to keep buying it because if it becomes popular, then the price goes up.
Right.
Or the value goes up, rather.
So now, what do you think Ravencoin's going to do?
I don't
keep
really.
going
I
down?
mean, I don't fully get the whole Bitcoin 3.0 thing. First off, there's like 100 times more Ravencoin than Bitcoin. There's 20 million
Yeah,
Bitcoin.
there's a lot of them.
20 million Bitcoin, 20 billion Ravencoin. So it's going to take a monumental shift, which I don't think is going to happen maybe in our next 20 years, maybe. It would take something like a huge, like, Wrath of God event, you know, like.
What, to get the level of Bitcoin?
Well, not even just for the, like, crypto adoption. And it's like snowballing now because all these companies are putting it on their books, but
Problem is when the Fed and all these central banks start looking at this and saying, okay, now we're going to put out our own cryptocurrency and we're going to just do away with the dollar. It makes me wonder if it's all linked, you know?
Well, yeah, like kind of like the Q thing.
Yeah.
It's a deep psyop. I mean, there's merit in that.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't trust anything these fucking assholes
Now,
do. But
now, do you think Q was something that was?
I
Yeah,
don't know if
into
it was necessarily a psyop. I think it was kind of an empty promise, but it definitely woke some people up.
It did it made
Well,
you
and
walk.
Woke a lot of people up.
And I've seen recently with the whole Biden bomb in Syria, but you know Trump did the same thing last February because they attacked us. But it's refreshing to see people, Democrats, like finally saying, "Well, what the hell's going on?"
There's a lot of
You've been
buyer's
in-
remorse out there.
Right, but well, you've been in office like Trump did it, so that was his third year. So, you know what? He didn't enter any new conflicts, but so I guess this one isn't really Biden's a new conflict either because every time Syria's bombed, we've retaliated. Trump did it too, so you can't dismiss that. But it's refreshing to see people. Dude's been there for a month and he's already bombing countries.
yes.
Like what the hell?
And signing more executive orders than anybody can
Yeah,
handle.
it's unbelievable. But Trump was a dictator when he did it. It's just a selective outrage and hypocrisy, and that's what social media is good for. Because screenshots are forever.
Yeah.
But
Now, what was your? I know you and I had discussions because I was big on Trump and you weren't.
Bob is
And
not
you-
big on government, but
And like, what about him did you not like or like? Like,
well, he passed. Fact, he passed more anti-gun legislation. He signed more anti-gun legislation than Obama did.
now I know it was bump stocks was
Yeah.
one of them, but like, what was another?
That's
one?
it. Obama actually
Okay.
signed a bill to expand gun rights by allowing concealed carry in national parks. He signed a bill for that. He never signed one bill
In favor of.
against guns. Obama didn't.
Oh,
He
okay.
wanted to, and he had a supermajority his first couple of years, right? He had both chambers, and the presidency. Still never passed it.
Now, what would be the reason for him not to do that? I mean, if he.
It's another empty threat, like
Yeah.
like Biden with the whole.
So you think that whole thing's not going to happen? That whole gun reform that he's.
Oh, I do. This
Oh,
time
yeah.
I do. It's they're more radical. Like,
Yeah.
But yes, I also don't think the progressives like him too much because he's not a progressive. It's for the progressives. It's either you're a communist or you're not.
Right.
Like there's no Democrat is good. Like Biden's establishment old school like Democrat.
Yeah.
He's not like a socialist.
He's not an AOC.
He's not. Yeah, right. So you have like the left, which sucks. Then you have like AOC and like Tlaib and Olan. Like they're like miles away
Right.
left. So I don't think they're too happy with them because he's already said like they can't put that $15 minimum wage in the stimulus bill. It's like the Senate said no, you can't do that.
Mhm.
Even that's a Democrat Senate, so I mean it's just the progressives. They're the vocal minority, which is a problem. They scream the loudest,
Yeah.
and that's what we would kowtow to the 1%.
Yeah.
And why
They,
it's a
they condemn the
potato
they
head
condemn the financial 1%, but then the statistically 1%, their population numbers dictate everything.
Yeah.
Like, it's just more hypocrisy. But that's all politics. I mean,
It's a show. It's a big show.
It's all politics.
Yeah.
It's left, right, up, down.
But it's the
That's why you
same
gotta
thing.
be-
and it's-
Keeping us fighting.
become ungovernable.
Yeah.
And then,
Yeah,
like, so
exactly.
where would you put yourself as if you were to say, like, okay, I'm not Republican or Democrat?
And cap.
Just
Yeah.
okay.
And cap.
Yeah.
Maybe monarchist, but more ANCAP.
Yeah.
I mean, the government should, at the minimum, I think it should be constitutionally limited. Like, by the book constitutionally limited, not bullshit case law precedent. Because if you take, it's like the straight line analogy. If you have 2 points a mile apart and you draw one line, you have one straight there.
Mm-hmm.
But if you want to put 15 or 30 points in between that line is not going to be perfectly straight.
Right.
No matter how, you can take,
Yeah.
unless you have, but one straight line. I mean, I work in construction. You can take a level. You try to find, if you're trying to get a big span, you want the longest level you can find.
Mm-hmm.
because it could be off slightly, and over 200 years, the variation just perverts the original intent of the document. So I think that's a start. Start with the actual letter of the Constitution.
But we're so far away from it now that
it's gonna take something radical. Like what did they say in like the Ghostbusters? Wrath of God, like
is what we need.
Yeah, it's gonna take something like a cataclysmic boom to really shift people. And
then what is that? I mean,
so throughout history, hunger is what triggers revolutions.
All right.
Hunger. When people start going hungry, like in mass. Like
so when we turn into Venezuela, when there's no food on the shelf.
And it's not going to happen overnight.
Right.
I mean, the revolution took 11 years from the Stamp Act till Lexington and Concord. It was 11 years. Even if you accelerate that by a quarter, or by 20 or 4 times faster, because we have social media, information travels faster now, you're still looking at 4 years. But nothing has been as, I guess, well, the population also doesn't care nowadays.
That's the scary part.
That's the scariest part, and a lot of
they
the
don't care.
population
They're not
is on
only
the dole globally.
Oh yeah, it's not only they don't care; they want more. Like they don't just they're not just okay with take COVID, they restrict. They want more. Yeah. They just they're begging for it. They're applauding.
They like being controlled.
Right. It's called cognitive dissonance. Yeah. When there's an alternative to their facts, it makes them uncomfortable. It's like a studied phenomenon.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if it's actual it's not medically, but it's like people get uncomfortable. People who can't think freely or rationally, and that's kind of what just made me think that all of politics suck, because I can see both sides, and they're just liars. But there's no question the right is 100 times better than.
Right. I mean, they're not communist, at least. I mean,
right. They still most Republicans like big government. That's another thing I can't stand. When people call people rhinos. He's a Republican in name only. No, that's actually what the Republican Party is today. They're just slightly less left than the Democrats. If you call me a Republican or a rhino, thank you. So I'm not an actual Republican. I'm just a Republican in name. Yep. Great. That's not an insult to me.
And people don't get that.
They don't get it. They don't, because they're like I said, they're jaded, and then they have their own preconceived. Republicans haven't been for small government in decades.
Right. And Republicans lash out just as bad as the left do.
Right. With their own restrictions, it's just
But they still take away rights.
Of course they do. Yeah.
Just
government doesn't
with a
grant
prettier
rights.
vote.
Government doesn't grant rights. All they do is take them away.
And then they give you okay, we're gonna get into healthcare. We're gonna get into this, and it's just you're just living on a farm.
What part of what the government has done gives you faith they can do this?
Nothing.
They literally run military healthcare, and it's a disaster. Why do you think they can run bigger healthcare?
They can't.
They can't. The post office has never made money ever.
No.
UPS is still in business. They do. Mm-hmm. FedEx is still in business because they do. But Amtrak never made money in their existence.
Really?
You know why they exist? Because subsidies. The government. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's the government. Amtrak's government funding. But what do they do? What in the past have they done that makes you confident or makes you want them to do more?
I can't remember anything that they've done that's actually really been a benefit.
World War II. That literally the last war that threatened American sovereignty. There was U-boats off the coast of New Jersey and shit like that. But
would that have been now people have this we're protected kind of thing. No one's gonna come here. No one's gonna do it. We're gonna be fine. everything's gonna work out.
Well,
and they don't realize it bit by bit.
Yeah, right.
They're getting their stripped away.
Exactly. It's people in Venezuela didn't think they were gonna be eating toilet paper.
Or they had their dog.
Yeah. No, that'll never happen here. Chip, chip, chip,
yep.
chip, chip, chip. It's like the frog in the boiling water. You can throw a frog into a pot of boiling water. You jump in his ass right out there.
Yeah.
You put him in the water and you slowly heat it up. He ain't gonna know.
No.
They all get in on it together. They want to keep control over the people, and they create the problem. They create the reaction, and they create the solution.
Oh yeah, right. Yeah, they create the solution before the problem.
Yeah,
it's a solution to a problem that doesn't exist yet.
And the solution makes a lot of people a lot of money.
Right.
Yeah. It all boils down to the money. And once you trace that and find out,
Well, there's a conspiracy theory going around recently about the whole when the Federal Reserve lost
power.
power.
They blacked out. Yeah.
GameStop stock went up triple in those 2 hours.
Yeah, and you know who else is in on GameStop stock though is BlackRock,
I know. Black Rock's an AMC too.
These old money.
But that's what
corporations
I didn't look into it at all.
Yeah.
But it was interesting. I mean, that's another thing. Question everything. I question everything.
Yeah, for sure.
So, you know, that's what I think Q helped with. You know, some of the stuff was a little radical, but it instilled to question like everything.
The thing with the stuff being a little radical, it wasn't so much the stuff that Q would drop on those 8chan and 4.
Oh no, right. It was the interpretation.
The interpretation.
The Yanons.
You got these fucking people making a clock where they go in and they say, okay, this Twitter post happened on this day and this one on this day, and they connect.
Well, it's like that scene in almost Sunny in Philadelphia where he's got all the ropes and he's like losing his damn mind. Like you're trying to connect too many dots. Just take it for what it is.
The Anons ruined it, and I've said it before, and I'll say it again since we brought the Q thing up. There was a such thing as Q that was information of some form. However you took it, right? It was kind of encrypted information that was posted online by who knows who, and they can find out.
Of course they can. Yeah, of course they can.
Then there were the people, right? And we know people are nuts.
Yeah.
And they went and they read that stuff and took it the way they wanted to take it. And then there's the media that created QAnon.
Oh, yeah.
This new phenomenon thing that's coming out to compete with Antifa. They needed a two.
Right.
Two
You can't just
backwards,
right. Exactly.
Right.
That's what people. A person is smart. People are dumb.
Exactly. Yeah. They needed to create the Antifa. They needed to create the QAnon, and people are tribal, and they're gonna pick sides. And you're right, I'm wrong, right?
And you stay divided. You can control when they're divided.
Yep, exactly.
That was the whole thing with like what I think the beauty of GameStop was. It put people who would typically be against each other, like they were all fuck the hedge funds.
Yeah. The initial thing that happened with GameStop, at least how it was portrayed. I mean, we were talking about the guy that took his $55,000 severance package.
Made like what?
Well, that's
cashed out.
Yeah,
$13 million. I hope he cashed out and didn't say, "Oh, I'm going to be
a diamond hands."
Fuck, come on,
yeah.
Man. They're going to go. Maybe I'll cash out and put it into Doge.
Yeah, okay.
Go jump off a fucking cliff.
Can you give it to me?
Exactly. So that would be the same thing.
So what has been your opinion on this COVID thing from the very beginning? I know we've talked about it and everything like that.
I was played at the beginning.
But I thought it was real.
Because, you know, the Bruce, Aaron, a lot of these guys on Twitter that are far more successful than me. You know, I didn't really research it too much, but it was scary stuff what they were posting about. And
what is he doing?
Licking his balls.
But I was tricked for a little while. I told my girlfriend, like, if we had any issues, my parents have a place up in the woods of Maine. It's like an hour. It's like 25 minutes from the nearest convenience store. It's in the middle of nowhere on 5 acres. I was like, be ready to go up there, you know. Excuse me, because there was people on video like dropping dead in China in the streets.
Yeah, having seizures and all that.
Was that COVID or was that something else? Who knows? So I was like.
That was the news media and shit.
Right,
that was
exactly.
the Communist Party propaganda.
So I was fooled at first, and then I was like, just the logic. There's no linear progression of like the logic how stuff works. Like, what you can eat food? What is COVID? Know when you sit down? Like it goes over your head. It knows what time of day it is.
Yeah,
like, cut this shit.
Right. Curfews and the mask mandates. Yeah.
And what was nice was Sununu actually did for a while.
For a while, and then somebody called him at 3:30 in the morning and.
Yeah. And then he switched, and now
pulled the strings, and I mean maybe it was that mine.
And then he's always posted on Twitter all his pictures of like these small businesses and stuff.
It's such a fraud, like and people don't see through it. It's like easy.
Now you know about the Armenian thing, right? Yeah.
Have I told?
Because I think you were the one that first like brought that to me.
I saw some chick posted about Lonza too, up in Portsmouth, the healthcare company, and how.
That's what it is, Lonza.
What's that? Get into it.
I don't know too much about it, but he's got connections to it, and they were like going to be fast tracked to develop a vaccine, so he's going to keep us in lockdown there until their stuff came out, and then the same thing with Fauci. Like there's a meme out there that shows Fauci as like the genies at like carnivals. I forget. I gotta find it because it's perfect.
Well, you're looking for it. Did I tell you my story about my dinner with Sununu?
Oh, you had dinner with him?
Kind of. I was at the table next to him. And it was a fundraiser for this thing called the Steel Chef, and it was in Manchester, at one of the hotels in downtown. And the company I worked for got a table, and we were sitting close to Sununu's table, and there was an auction that went on, and the guest chef hosted this thing. It was for the food bank, for the New Hampshire Food Bank. So they did this Iron Chef competition where all these local chefs competed, and the celebrity chef was Michael Simon, who was the guy that was on the Chew. He's got some cookbooks out. He's like a Food Network kind of celebrity chef, like a Bobby Flay.
Mm-hmm.
One of the auction prizes that he contributed was a dinner at his house for like 8 people, and they could come to his house in the Hamptons in New York and enjoy dinner. The bidding went up to about $17,000. Someone at Sununu's table that was sitting right next to him was the winner of that. Just before the bidding started, they did this piece, this like sad piece on this family that was down and out, and how, you know, the husband lost his job and they had kids, and they needed to get food from the food bank, and the food bank was there to help them. They just happened to be sitting to Sununu's other side. So these poor people that needed the friggin' food bank, that probably had some shit luck, are now being fucking tokenized at this giant friggin' dinner for like 600 people. And sitting to Sununu's other side is some lady that just happens to have 17 grand in liquid cash that she can bring 8 of her friends to some celebrity chef's house in the Hamptons for a friggin' dinner. And that's the kind of fucking hypocrite he is. They should have been having a fundraiser to give those people some cash and put it in their pocket, but instead they fucking trivialize them, you know, for the sake of getting donations to the friggin' food bank.
They would be, I don't even know what the word I'm looking for is, but that's the draw. That was the draw.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like, when you said the dinner thing, it's like literally like Dinner for Schmucks. Have you seen that movie?
No, I've never seen
it's
it.
It's just these bunch of like,
you
work with some clowns, I'm sure.
Yep.
So everybody works with some clowns. So there's like an elite club where they all you try to befriend the donkey of your work group, and you go and have dinner, and everybody all these guys make fun of their donkeys, like what they like Steve Carell's character builds like miniature mice models, and they just make fun of them the whole dinner. It's Dinner for Schmucks. Like all the rich guys have a dinner and they invite a schmuck.
And they have a good time at their expense. It's just too bad that good time at these people's expense were people that were down and out and needed the help, and they just
that's like the media. Never let a crisis go to waste.
Yeah.
So this is the picture I'm talking about. It's great. He's got a picture of Genie. He tells a different story every time you put money in him.
It's true though. First it was no mask, then it was mask, then
Trump was a xenophobe.
That's like the one from Big. I wish it was Big.
Trump's the xenophobe for banning travel from China. But then he didn't do it fast enough. Like, it's because of him. Like, it's just,
He couldn't win, no matter what happened. He couldn't win, And I don't know if that was by design.
Of course
he knew it was coming down the line.
Well, see, that's what part of me wanted Q to be real, because like he did see it coming, because it seems like you could see it coming.
Yeah, we call it the comic book story, and like it was in a comic book, and I still have hope that is going to happen. And this office of the ex-president.
Yeah, the next March 4th. March 4th. It's like right around the State of the Union.
Yeah,
that's the last like threshold. After that, you really if nothing happens, and you just gotta go.
I stopped once he didn't get reelected. I was like, okay, this cute thing.
Right, and then you hear this, and then people have the stories. Oh, this is all by design. Like, come on.
I don't think so.
No, it's that
he tried. If he did,
the scope to pull something. I mean, maybe.
And really, what would
question everything?
Yeah.
But
it's like Flynn's brother, Michael Flynn. Yeah. His brother is in charge of the Pacific Command right now.
Right.
And I would think that if Biden was in office and everything that Michael Flynn's done with Q and going after the deep state, that guy wouldn't be in office. So who the hell knows what the hell's going on and who's connected to who and
Space
what.
Force, like Biden wasn't briefed, or they didn't brief Space Force when he took over. Like, that's a little weird. Yeah. Maybe, or that could.
But what was the deal with Space Force?
Well, that's what people were saying. That's the cute. Like, the whole cute thing is because nobody really knows what it is.
Right.
Yeah.
Why did it come in, like, out of nowhere? Yeah. Like, they've had a president talk about going back to the moon all the time, but then Trump comes in and we have a Space Force. I don't know.
It gave the flat Earth people a lot to talk about.
I mean, now what do you on that? You don't think? Do you think?
No, it's not.
They bring up good points.
There are good points. It's just so that's another one. The scope, the magnitude of the cover-up is too big. It's too big.
They wouldn't be able to.
Encompasses too many different factions. Like, somebody would talk. My dad used to work for Hughes Aircraft Base. He put a laser on the moon to measure the distance. Is my dad in on it?
Right.
My buddy's a pilot. Is he in on it? Like,
not consciously or not knowing.
Well, that's the thing. Is he like my dad? Did somebody go and was every type of computer code that he had to write for this laser program purposely altered? And that's the thing. teachers teach what they were taught.
Mm-hmm.
So the flat Earth thing. I mean, yeah, logically, when you're born, and let's say you're a tribe in the middle of Africa, you never had contact with any humans. Somebody asks you, you're gonna think the world's flat, but because they didn't. Teachers teach what they've been taught.
Yeah. I don't
So
know.
if teachers collectively started saying, yeah, the earth is flat, kids would start believing that the earth's flat.
Well, that's like people like right now, they're thinking government is benevolent and communism works.
And mass help, and we need plexiglass in front of everybody.
And how is it? Is it just because of the propaganda, or is there more to it? There's gotta be...
Academia is absolutely, and the media are the sole that's
cause of it.
Yeah, I think that right now what we see with propaganda is just a runoff of MK Ultra, and MK Ultra started it all. It went into Mockingbird, and now it's just an everyday occurrence.
Because people don't know what they don't know, because teachers teach what they've been taught.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So
I mean, but that's the whole thing. And the people who don't believe that are lunatics. My defense is that literally every scientist in the entire world thought Galileo was a lunatic.
Right. I like how I love on every post someone posts like one of these MK Ultra people you source and they can never that's all you write is source with a question mark.
You make the claim, you bear the burden of proof.
And they're telling you look it up.
Yeah, look, I'm not your secretary. Look up. That's not how it works.
If they post
Lady Gaga being MK Ultra.
Yeah, well, no. If they post all right, so say someone on Facebook posts
Trump wanted to do X to these people, and what's your source? If you make a claim, you bear the burden of proof, and they come back with, I'm not your secretary, I'm not doing your own research.
Oh, I get what you're saying.
It's a logical,
because they don't know how to do it.
It's a logical fallacy.
They just found a meme that registered with them, and they're like, oh, I'm going to repost this and not even think twice about
cognitive dissonance.
But both sides do that.
Oh, yeah,
I know people.
It runs rampant on both sides.
Because I'm like, they'll post some crazy cute thing, and I'm like, where did you even hear this? Is there any truth to this? Well, I don't know. I just shared it.
Yeah.
Well, then why the hell did you share it? You have no basis to it.
Before I share it, I try to do some preliminary background. I'm not going to dig into the damn thing for an hour, but just, I'll do a quick search. If I see that Snopes said it was false, okay, it's probably true.
Yeah, exactly.
Or mostly false. That's my favorite. Unbelievable. Mostly false.
I did love that Mr. Potato Head.
So I guess that's fake too, though. Now, because Hasbro came out with a statement and said they just changed the brand is no longer Mr. Potato Head. It's Potato Head, but they still have a Mrs. and a Mr.
Yeah, that's
so that got blown out of
temperature.
proportion.
That's just the temperature on the boiling water going up on the frog.
I still think that was so funny.
But that picture of him going to heaven and Aunt Jemima and the Land O'Lakes.
Who was the girl all the way on the right?
The recent one.
Yeah.
From the Mandalorian.
Okay, all right.
She didn't even post anything anti-Semitic. If anything, it was pro-Jewish.
Yeah.
And people see it at face value and then lose their damn minds.
Same thing with what happened with Roseanne, where everyone's like, oh my god.
So Roseanne gets canceled in 3 hours. How come Cuomo's still there? What the hell?
Oh my god.
Yeah, he was doing. Yeah, Rose McGowan came out saying about how he was he asked his
she came
the
out
girl
with Marilyn Manson too, or is that
to do strip poker
or something? Another one, and then her too.
He was doing. He was asking who do you rate as intern? Yeah. That
if she wanted to play strip poker,
on the plane ride. This is during the midst of the Me Too movement and all that,
with
and he's over here telling her get naked
with his barbell nipple rings.
Yeah.
Andrew Wilcock, you ever heard of him?
No.
He's on satellite radio from 12 to 3.
Yeah.
I have it, channel 125, Patriot. He is the man. I try to listen.
Is that a good station? Because I listen to it every once in a while.
Just his show. His show is worth the subscription price alone.
Really?
He is awesome.
What is it? 12 to what?
12 to 3.
12 to 3.
And then Hannity goes on 3 to 6, and then Mark Levin, he's pretty good too. 6 to 9.
Now you don't like Hannity, right?
I don't hate him. I just think he's an entertainer.
Yeah. He's the Chris Cuomo for rights.
He's an entertainer. I mean, he makes good points, but he's an entertainer. Yeah. I mean, they all are. But
have you listened to the Propaganda Report yet?
No.
Podcasts. You got Apple or you got wherever you get your podcasts.
Yeah.
Propaganda Report.
Okay.
They do it's a 30-minute drive-by news blast that they do. It's two people, Monica Perez and Brad Binkley. She's big anarcho-capitalist. I don't know what his deal is, but he's super observant of everything that's freaking going on. And they go through main points of the day, and they break them down, and they break down the propaganda in them. It's one of the best shows that I've listened to as far as
I'll
news sources.
Check it out.
So they do the 30-minute drive-by news blast, but if you subscribe to them on Patreon, you get an extra 15 minutes. And I'm teetering on the line of subscribing to them on Patreon right now. Their point of view is just, it's like, oh my god, I can't believe I didn't think of that.
Well, that's how this guy works, but he made a comment about Cuomo's barbell rings. I forget what he called him, but he was like Benito Cuomo Mussolini or something. It was pretty funny, but.
Mussolini.
Yeah.
They're all sick fucks, and
They are.
I 110% believe that they're into deep dark shit.
Oh, of course. I like Mel Gibson don't just come out of nowhere.
Yeah,
And Brendan Fraser.
They ruined
and
him.
James Woods. He's blacklisted. You don't see him anywhere. His Twitter's awesome.
And look what they did to Isaac Cappy. I mean, it goes right down the line. And Rose McGowan, Jenna Jameson is coming out now talking about Ron Jeremy just got friggin' in big trouble. Yeah,
but that's I mean,
I feel like the House of Cards is gonna be crumbling.
It's gotta be. It's like the everything bubble.
Yeah.
And what's going to happen when it all comes crashing down?
Hopefully that's the kind of people. A lot of people are going to die. Unfortunately, I think a lot of people are going to, because they can't fend for themselves.
I look around, like I go out and I see like some people, and I'm like, you'd be dead in a week.
Or like, how do you not have a helmet on?
Right. How do you even function?
Yeah.
Especially in the city. I lived in Boston for 7 years, and I loved it. I'm done with it.
Yeah.
But that was like when I was 22. But like, I just going out in there, and I'm just like, these people are so fucked.
I can't even go near it now. We got one account that I go to in Boston, and even just driving to it and seeing people walking on the streets.
Oh, that's the thing. It's like
double masked and heads up their asses.
It's not even the COVID. It's just they're so clueless about outside of the bubble. Like if there was
their world is Boston.
If there was some major event, you would be screwed.
Yeah.
Your money isn't going to get you food. Like if there's no food to be had.
But will that major event affect the cities big time? Because I think they're building a lot of these cities up to be these smart cities. Especially Bill Gates just bought all this farmland, but in that purchase, he bought a huge chunk of land in Arizona that's going to be slotted to become one of these smart cities. And if you go look up these Kazakhstan and their smart city, it's fucking scary, man.
No,
everything's on a grid and moderated, and it's like the Jetsons.
Yeah, but not in the near future. Like if this were to happen,
I don't know. You just bought the land, man.
Right? To develop, like we don't. I mean, some of those like if there's no food, there's no food.
Mm.
You know,
or if there's just such a squeeze on food that the only food that's getting out is going to be the food that they want you to have, and we're going.
Well, that's like, what's that movie? The Soil and Green.
Soil and Green, from the 70s. Yeah. If someone hasn't seen Soil and Green, I've only seen Soil and Green in bits and pieces on YouTube. I've got to sit down and I got to watch it.
They Live?
Yep. Dude, that's classic, man. That's Roddy
Piper. Yeah.
How could
glasses?
I grew up in Roddy Piper's heyday. There's no way that I could.
How old are you?
Not 41.
Okay.
So I 85, 86 is when I started memorably getting into wrestling. And
I was into it in the late 80s. I remember Virgil and.
Yeah. It was freaking awesome.
My neighbor was like psycho about that stuff, so I was always over for pay-per-views and stuff. But I never really got into it, but I do know about Roddy. That's a great movie.
Let's can we segue right now? Do you guys mind if we segue into the topic of discussion?
Yeah. Well, I was gonna say, like, did you know that in town, like, you can't even have chickens?
Yeah, I know, it's bullshit. You know.
And we were like looking to actually like get that changed.
Well, so every time when I first moved here, people on Facebook, can we have chickens? And I just wrote yes. Like I don't care. The government, and I'd always laugh react to people. No, you can't do that. Get the hell out of here. It's my house. Like, I get it, roosters, because it's a nuisance. But if you live like where you out here,
I can't have them here.
Right? Well, you can't.
Well, he's got to fend or defend himself against a homeowner association.
Well, it's not a homeowner. It's not a homeowner's, and I pay for it.
Yeah.
It's just like neighborhood bylaws.
Karens.
Yeah.
It's Karens.
I say unless you're living off of 28 in those apartment complexes that are by the old Shaw's, King's Court or whatever. I don't see why you can't have chickens no matter what size plot of land.
No, me too.
And especially if you're doing meat birds, it's 8 weeks.
Yeah.
And then you're done. That's it.
Well, the thing with the chickens now is even in the rural areas or the rural district, however they have the zoning going, is you can't even do meat birds. You can only do egg-laying hens.
I mean, I can
corrupt.
talk about this off the record because I'll explain it later. But it's just absurd, some of the Salem.
And why is that? I mean, like, why would you even make that as an ordinance?
Salem's like But then again, you look at the chief of police, still under investigation. Like, what the hell was going on there? You know, the smoke is fire, so something's going on.
That just died too. There was nothing.
No, it's still, but it came up recently, actually, a couple weeks ago. I want to feel like I read it in the news about the ongoing investigation
with the FBI or whatever.
Yeah,
oh, okay.
It's a big town, and it's steeped in a lot of good old boy corruption.
Yeah, good old boy. That's what it is. Yeah.
Yep.
Handshake agreements. Yeah, that's what I can get into that a little.
And
more.
that's what we can segue into.
I can't disclose that.
The Marvin Heemeyer thing.
Handshake agreements, Marvin Heemeyer. All right.
So you were the one that first got me into.
I read that Facebook post and that just was struck a chord.
Yeah.
I'm new to all this, and aside from doing a little bit of online looking and watching Tread, I want you guys to.
I haven't seen Tread actually.
Oh, cool.
It's pretty good in the sense of they do talk about like how we did get screwed.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
But they do like go back towards like.
I mean, I guess he was an asshole, is from what I understand, but that's no. I can't verify that. I can verify that he actually built a fucking bulldozer on a concrete steel.
So it seems like his buddies thought he was a great guy. You know,
that was the one fault. He didn't get stuck in a basement, from what I heard. He never reinforced the underside, and when he went into the basement, something went through the radiator and disabled it.
Oh, no way!
So he would have kept going.
He would have kept going.
And then how would they have stopped him?
No, they wouldn't have.
I think he would have stopped.
I mean, he knew it was a one-way ticket.
Right.
But
yeah,
that's what I heard, that it was disabled because of a radiator from something came from underneath, because you never put steel or stuff under there, and when you fall into a basement, it's like an impale.
I see what you're
saying. And radiators, it's like you watch NASCAR, they get into a small bump and the radiator's going up. Car's done. Where the hell's the damage?
So do you think he was justified in what he did?
That's tough.
Do you know what I'm saying? Do you know what I'm trying to...
I mean, that is...
Can we start from the beginning though?
All right.
Just for the people listening. So we're talking about Marvin Heemeyer. For people who don't know, Marvin Heemeyer is the Killdozer guy.
Yes.
So he had a problem with his town and his land. A developer. And it was a concrete company.
Yes, there was, from what I understand, an issue with egress onto his property, and
the concrete factory would have got in the way of him effectively running his business.
Right.
That he had for what was it, like 10 years?
It was a curb cut, right? That was going to impede on his means of egress to his company.
They went after him on the sewer, saying he couldn't build. Basically,
he fought it first. He fought that first, the concrete factory.
He fought a lot.
Yeah.
So from what I understand, he got this land in an auction, right? It was an FDIC auction, so it was foreclosed on property, right? For $42,000. The thing that I found that I thought was really funny was the land that, and I don't think they mentioned this in the documentary, but the land that he bought, the 2 acres that he bought that he put the muffler shop on, was previously owned by Dochev, the concrete guy, that wanted to buy the land in the auction. And Dochev sent somebody to that auction to buy the land for him because the land was already foreclosed on. And Dochev was the previous owner of the land, so he wanted it back. So Marvin got off on the bad foot.
Right, that's a riff right from the beginning.
Yeah. And all he did wrong was just buy land.
That's all he did. That's how
Steve Wynn made his fortune.
Just buy land.
He bought a tiny plot of land between Caesars and Flamingo, and he was going to build the thinnest casino in the world, which is going to block Caesars' frontage. And they bought that little plot of land for $1 million from him. And he bought the Golden Nugget, I think, or Binions, I forget, one of the old school Vegas casinos, and that's how he took off.
Yeah. Wow.
Really small strip of land, going to build the thinnest casino to block Caesar's view of Flamingo.
It seems like that's the way to go with real estate. Is if you got somebody that's in your way, just buy.
My girlfriend likes it, but have you seen Burlesque?
No.
No, it's with Cher and Christina Aguilera.
Definitely haven't seen it.
She's got on the Sunset Strip. She's got a burlesque club.
Yeah.
But the developer wants to buy it, but she doesn't realize that she has all the vertical space too, and she ended up like the developer basically couldn't compete with once she told another hotel developer like a competing. So he basically paid. And said, no, we're going to build something here so they can't see. It's like
and then
competing.
Them out,
and now they were still there.
So that's like what they did to Heemeyer. So this guy bought the strip mall.
Frontage,
blocked off his driveway.
Yeah.
So that's when he bought the bulldozer, I guess, is when they blocked off his driveway.
I don't know how true it is. They said that he actually put the bulldozer out for sale and just put it right in the front of his property as like an intimidation thing. and nobody bought
I'm
it.
not aware of that.
And then
he put everything for sale.
yeah,
His
he was
whole
gonna
property,
sell it
everything.
back
He
to
sold the
them.
property.
Yeah, he sold it back to him for like what? Like it was like $750,000 or something like that, or $250 or I don't know.
From what I read, he was looking to get it back from the or sell it to the Dochev family for. At first, it was like $240,000, and then it went up to $350,000.
Then it was
and
close
kept
to
going
$1 million.
up and up and up and up, and then finally he got rid of the land, and then leased a steel structure on the land, and that's where he kept the bulldozer.
Yeah.
It was like a
Because he
gas
couldn't
station
get rid of the
type
bulldozer.
thing. Yeah.
He would go in at night when no one was around and work on the thing.
Yeah, that's, I mean...
And then they tried to screw him though, because so when they built the concrete plant, they wanted him, because he didn't have sewer, and
Right.
and they wanted him to do like 60 feet
Yeah.
to the road to
Yeah.
get off of that.
They fucked him.
And then
Yeah,
instead, when they built the concrete
'Cause that-
plant, they could have just gave him
Right,
a
well, that's
hookup
the
there.
handshake agreement thing again. There's definitely some shady shit going on with the town officials there.
Yeah. I don't have sewer. You don't have sewer.
I don't have sewer.
Do you have sewer?
I don't. My new place does. But
Can you imagine if you don't have sewer and the town comes to you all of a sudden and says your septic's not good enough? I'm sure he wasn't shitting in a bucket and,
No,
and
right.
dumping it in the street. I'm sure there was a septic tank under the ground, right?
Yeah.
That would only make
I mean,
sense.
well, San Francisco. I mean, shit.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's fine.
You're good.
As long as you don't have a roof and four walls
Yeah,
around you, yeah,
you just
just
gotta
shit
piss
and
yourself.
piss wherever you want. But yeah, I'm sure he had a flushable toilet in the place. I'm sure he had a place to wash his hands
Yeah.
after he worked on mufflers and whatnot.
It's not like he had a hotel. He's running a hotel. It's
Yeah,
like
people
one
are living
little
there.
shit
Yeah,
song.
exactly.
garage.
Exactly. He could piss around the corner. And
I mean, I live kind of in the woods. When I'm walking my dog at night, I'm sorry, I'm gonna go behind a tree.
Oh, absolutely. I still pee in the front lawn.
Yeah, if I want to come
Yeah.
inside, if I'm working on my car and
Yeah,
I gotta
yeah,
put
yeah.
my hand.
Yeah, when I'm mowing the lawn and whatnot, yeah, it's just I'll take a leak in the yard and
Yeah.
whatever. That's what it is. It's my friggin' yard.
Yeah,
If
right,
No one's gonna
right.
see me or
Yeah,
anything like that.
exactly.
But he did do the right thing. He didn't kill anybody else.
No.
He didn't
No.
kill anybody.
Well,
but
that's the
himself.
thing. That's why I kind of celebrated the rioters who were burning down police precincts. That's what
Because-
"Don't Tread on Me" actually is.
Yeah.
Like there are people like.
And you completely changed my opinion on that too, by the way. Because at first I was like, that's wrong, blah blah blah.
No,
and
go
you're like,
after
well,
the mayor's
no,
house. Go
not.
after the governor's house. Go after the government. Like,
But when they start going after storefronts and
no, that's
bodegas,
bullshit.
that's
Yeah,
bullshit.
that's
And that's what they were doing. That's the majority
oh, that's
of what they were
absolutely.
doing.
But like,
When they burn down the PD, you're treading on the people that tread on you.
yes, right.
Yeah.
That's and people like the whole with Trump too. Like, I can't believe you said this about the royal family. You're gonna shit when you find out what George Washington did to the royal family.
But he killed them all, right?
I mean, just the whole Revolutionary
Oh,
War thing.
that,
I just
okay.
mean the whole thing in general. But like, you're gonna hate what the founding fathers did. Like, that's "Don't Tread on Me" was the colonialist to the government. When you shoot up somebody's literal life savings and their life's work, like, you're an asshole.
Yeah.
In my opinion, the choking of restaurants right now, in bars and places to go, is I think in direct relation to something like the American Revolution.
Oh, yeah.
Because the American Revolution was started in the pubs.
Right.
And it was these patriots meeting in pubs.
Meeting in pubs. Yeah,
And
it
it
was
won't,
the
and it
Green
won't
Dragon.
be long before they choke out this medium right
Oh,
now,
of course,
the podcast.
yeah.
Because look at us, three guys sitting together
Talking.
Well, that's like
about
1984.
revolution.
What's the word?
Thought police.
New speak.
Newspeak.
Yeah.
Newspeak. That's where it's like
We're headed. We're there.
And it's so weird too because like Orwell was like a socialist, but
He was right.
yeah, there's a picture of him going, "Man, did I call it what?" But it's just bizarre. Like, I don't remember reading it in high school. I posted a question on Facebook about it. Like, did you have to read that? And a lot of people said they did, and I was like, I mean, maybe
Fahrenheit 9/11.
no,
1984.
1984.
Sorry.
I didn't have to read it, but I did read it. But I don't, and I feel like I mean, I'm sure my friends are whittled and biased because people who aren't of that persuasion aren't going to friend me on Facebook.
Right.
But a lot of them said they did, and I'm like, how the hell are we in the situation we're in now? If all you people read this book, like,
Yeah.
They were telling you what was going to happen.
Well, they figured it was fiction.
right? Well,
It was fiction.
It was. Make fiction, make an Orwell fiction again. Well, the worst book is Rules for Radicals. Solinsky's playbook.
That's
That's the playbook for everything that's
That's
happened.
it. That was Obama's mentor.
Oh yeah.
And yeah, he's pretty steeped.
Freaking gave his
radicalism.
candidates. What's the what do they call that when you announce your candidacy?
I know I can't.
I don't know. He did his, not the president, when he did his one in Illinois. It was in Bill Ayers' house, right? Bill Ayers, a literal domestic terrorist, and his wife, Bernadine Dorn. Like, it's bizarre. So, anyway, that's a little off tangent.
No, that's fine.
Since we're off tangent, Michelle Obama, man or woman?
I don't like him.
Yeah, he sucks, right?
I mean, those are also interesting conspiracy theories.
Those are the best ones, man.
At least they're like funny. At least you're funny.
The Ellen video has me sold. So there was one night, it was the night after we did the whiskey drinking podcast.
Oh.
And I had a few glasses of gin on ice at my friend's house, and all the wives were over, and one of the couples, I know that the wife is a big fan of Michelle Obama, and I knew that, but I wasn't. Have you ever seen the Simpsons episode where Homer got super drunk and was hungover, and Marge was like, "You were a fucking mess last night," and he was like, "Well, I thought I was this elegant speaker." It was one of those nights for me. I thought I was way more elegant than I actually was.
It's like in Beer Fest.
Okay.
When he goes home with this, what he thinks is a supermodel. But
yeah.
Anyway, I pulled up my phone and I started showing pictures that could be Michelle Obama. Michelle Obama's a guy.
How'd that work out?
I caught a little shit from my wife the next day,
yeah.
But apparently everyone had a good time, and I did it sort of lighthearted, and we were all drunk.
That's,
so
I don't take too much value in that. Like it's funny. That's that's most of my stuff.
But a lot of people, it's funny, but a lot of people can't take the good time, man.
Who said it? Who was it? Who said it? Make comedy legal again. Recently, like within the last couple of weeks, like make comedy legal.
That sounds like something maybe a Bill Burr would say.
No, it was somebody you would think wouldn't say it. It wasn't like a make comedy legal. It might have been Seinfeld. Well, Elon Musk said it in January.
Okay.
Legalize comedy.
It's true. What do they even talk about now? Like what's safe?
Right. Well, I mean, Chappelle did joke about Jussie Smollett. That was great. That segment was great.
But he's able to do it.
Yes, because he's black.
It's true.
Like, you can't have... Like Chris Rock, he couldn't say half the shit. Eddie Murphy, like, that's why he went to kids' movies. He couldn't say half the shit he used to say.
Yeah.
Andrew Dice Clay, remember all that shit?
He's still going hard, though.
He doesn't.
He ruined it. He ruined himself, though, when he cried. Remember that shit?
Yeah, but Andy, he knew it, and he forced it. It wasn't. It was forced. Like, it was too much. Like, you
think he planned it?
No, he rolled with it and he just kind of tried to make it
the character
what it wasn't. Yeah. He forced it.
He turned it into a caricature.
Right.
That's what he did. Yeah.
It's like it wasn't genuine. It was disingenuous at that point. It wasn't. No, he was. It was just he went too far with. Like, he just pushed it. It's like kind of like Will Ferrell. I don't know if you like Will Ferrell. Some of his comedies are forced.
Yeah. Like a lot of his stuff originally was funny. Like Old School was funny.
Old School was awesome.
Who's the other one? Adam Sandler. He was funny. Like Billy Madison, Happy Gilmore.
But I don't know if you've seen That's My Boy.
That was funny. But he comes through with, like, on a few of them. But like for the most part,
Grown Up's entertaining. I don't know if it's.
I wouldn't say it's funny.
I like his dirty humor. So
I can relate to Grown Ups because I go to group trips on the weekends with my kids and other families and stuff like that, and so Grown Ups maybe hold a little.
That's my
more of a
special.
awesome.
But yeah, no, like you would. Some people like. I feel like Adam Sandler adapted more than that. I guess you could say the same for Eddie Murphy because he really couldn't. Like. They couldn't make Blazing Saddles nowadays.
No.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
They couldn't even like make Men
It wouldn't even make it. It wouldn't even.
Hot Shots.
Yeah. What was on? Oh, have you seen? It's got Gene Wilder in it and Richard Pryor.
Is it the one Gene Wilder does blackface?
No, I don't know. It's where they get caught with. We were just talking. Me and my buddies were just talking about this the other day. Mens rea, and he starts screaming. I can't believe he thinks it's an STD. I forget what it's called, but I was watching that the other day with my dad, actually in the garage. They couldn't make that nowadays.
No.
Yeah, no.
How's your car coming along? Totally random. But
it's coming.
I saw it, dude. The Snapchat, you got like a shell of a car.
Yeah.
And now you're like, I see the progress.
It just, I found a dashboard in the junkyard that was clean, and mine had some cracks in it, so I was going to change my dashboard. I took the dashboard out. The carpet was wet. All right, let's see what I peel the carpet back. Holy shit.
So now you're just redoing the whole thing?
Basically.
What is it?
It's a 1991 BMW
Oh, nice.
3 Series.
So you're gonna restore the whole thing?
I'm gonna get it. Well, I had it painted a couple years ago, but it was a shit job.
Convertible?
No, it's a 2-seater. I mean, it's a 2-door, but it's it just started, and then it was really warm. It was a perfect quarantine project, right?
Yeah.
You know, everything's closed down, do it, and then it was outside of my house. 'Cause my garage isn't big enough to work on a car in, but it was just so damn hot this summer. I never worked on it because I didn't get home till work till 5, and I'd go out there for like 2 hours. It wasn't enough. And then it got colder, and my dad was like, "Well, you bring it to my house with a garage and a lift. We have to wheel it out every day. We want to use it. No big deal. It rolls."
Mm-hmm.
And I just been slowly, now that I have all the time and a covered place and somewhere warm to work on, I'm going to do it to that next degree. So
Sweet.
Awesome.
yeah,
That's
I'll start it tomorrow.
Yeah.
I'll start it tomorrow.
Look
I already
forward to
started
it.
it, but I didn't have a seat or a steering wheel and stuff. But I'll drive it when I have to move it back out this time.
So you're good with your hands, making stuff,
Yeah.
building
Yeah,
stuff.
I mean, I'm a contractor.
That's awesome. Yeah, good. I think we all need to be a little good with our hands in one way or
I
another.
was on the Tuscan project.
Oh, nice.
What do you now? Is it? How's that gonna be when it's all said and
It's
done?
going to be sweet.
Yeah.
It's
Is there gonna be a
gonna
lot of restaurants and bars
oh,
and
yeah.
stuff?
It's going to be like, have you been to the Linfield Market?
Yeah.
I
Have
don't
you
know.
ever been to Patriot Place?
Yeah.
It's going to be like Patriot Place, but a little bigger.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess one of the places that they modeled it after when they were showing all the initial plans and like, hey, this is what we're going to do to the town is Santana Row, which is in San Jose, California, and I've been there once, and it's basically a downtown.
Yeah, it's gonna
one
be
street up, one
sweet. I
street
mean, you
back.
can say what you want about Joe Farah. I don't care about that, but it was an abandoned racetrack that had like junky poker rooms and
Yep.
simulcast.
It was a
racing.
shithole.
I loved it in there because I like seedy stuff like that. But,
Yeah.
I mean, I used to play poker. It was great. Like it was just old school, like that feel. I loved it, and it sucked when they tore it
Like
down.
a decrepit place.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's just like it's like a dive bar that you
Yeah.
can't not go to.
I guess
But-
like Main Street and the Depot was really bad when the jockeys were living there and everything, and
Oh,
all the
I'm
people who
sure.
worked on the horses. And yeah, I heard it was.
I'm sure that's where a lot of the deep-rooted corruption can stem back to horse racing.
John Manning,
He left, didn't he?
No, he's back in action, man. He was on the page today in Canberra for votes.
Was he?
Yeah.
Which page?
Salem
Residents?
residents.
Oh,
yeah.
I got kicked off that.
Yeah, I mean,
Long time ago.
and then I had a fake account and I tried to get back on. And
No, I
still
forget why that guy John who runs it is a complete.
Brew.
He is a dink.
Once we're off air, I'll show you a picture.
He is a dink.
Right.
Like, he said, "Oh, we don't need the politics in here," and I posted. He runs another one too.
He runs like he has like a
To
monopoly.
bring in
on all
Salem
this,
together,
so-
yeah, too. I got kicked off.
I'm gone. The only ones I'm on are the uncensored ones. I even got kicked off the other one.
Did you get the Bonnie for Fear one? Did you get kicked off that
Yeah.
one?
Does that page
that was-
Bonnie for fear?
No, that's what.
No,
Who was the kid who used to post that every time? She
Me,
always
I
posted
would
COVID.
do that.
I had to block her because I was so sick
She
of
always
seeing
used
her
to post
COVID posts.
the COVID posts, and everybody, some kid used to be like Bonnie for Fear, and then he'd post, "This is found here." Like you literally did none of this research yourself. You
Yeah.
just copied
Oh,
and
she's
pasted.
pandering. She's
Yeah.
totally
Yeah.
pandering.
And I was so glad
And
she
she didn't
lost.
lose. Yeah,
I
me
was. She was the first loser. Thank God.
Yeah.
But at least she lost.
I
But
guess
that blows my mind how literally New Hampshire runs the board red, and then Gene Shaheen. Come on,
And,
this doesn't make sense.
I mean, yeah, because but they love Sununu, and he's not. I
But
mean,
he's
a
not as bad
Republican.
as Charlie Baker though. Like,
Yeah, that's true. But they're kind of. He
I
follows
think-
Charlie
Yeah.
Baker.
I think they're cut from the same cloth. Sununu's been groomed
Oh,
since he was
Charlie
a
Baker
baby.
would have, in a million years, never signed constitutional carry gun law. Never. I met Charlie Baker when he was campaigning. He came to my job site when I was working in Swampscott.
Did you let him up?
Tall as fuck. No, because I liked him back then.
Oh.
I was more jaded. And
Yeah.
So when was this like what changed your whole opinion? What was it one event
No,
or was it just
no, it was
collective?
just seeing like all these like first it was like seeing cops just shooting dogs. Like that was a big one.
You post some of the funniest anti-cop memes I've ever seen.
And, see, that's the thing. Like,
But they're not anti-cop, but they're
no,
true.
it's like you can be for police officers and against injustice. They're not mutually exclusive. Like,
not
they're
all cops are racist.
right.
and-
Like, but like it's like Chris Rock said. I think it was either Chris Rock or Chappelle. Was like you can't have one bad apple. Like it's like a pilot. You can't just like you have one bad apple pilot. Okay, what, are you gonna drive a plane into the mountains? Like that's one profession. You can't have that.
Yeah.
right.
Dude, your dog rips one every fucking podcast.
I know. Does it all the time.
yeah.
Bad. The paint's
Oh,
going
man.
off.
I should taste that one.
He ripped one during Aaron Day.
Yeah.
And I wanted to turn to him and say, dude, did you just fire?
He waits till he sits here and you're comfortable, and then he lets it go.
At one point,
Have
during
you
the
ever seen
Aaron Day
Mallrats? Have you ever seen Mallrats?
No.
No? It's
I don't
also it's like 93
yeah,
movies.
that's one that like
Is that the
people
one they,
are
like,
oh my
work
God,
at the
I can't
mall
believe
No,
this.
they're
Like
just
James
Mallrats.
Mallrats.
Yeah.
Okay,
It's
yeah,
like one of
yeah.
the first movie, but he talks to me. Why did your girlfriend dump you? I said, I farted in front of her. I was relaxed. She was going down on me at the time.
That's not good.
But that's when you said he's relaxed.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Oh, he's definitely relaxed.
So you just think it was just a
Yeah,
collection
it
of
was
things?
a culmination of like just, and it's a minority. It's just that information's so available now. You see it.
That's true. And there's
For better
so
or
much,
worse.
but
For
that's
better
the
or
problem
worse.
is it's so weird. Is there's so much information available, yet people choose to be ignorant.
Well, that's a willful ignorance.
Yeah.
So it's because cognitive dissonance. Because if you hear the other side of what you're preconceived, it makes you uncomfortable.
I mean, it made me like kind of like messed up when you were like, "Hey, you know, Trump signed more anti-gun,"
Well, so Bruce
and I was
Fenton,
like, "Oh, wow."
Bruce Fenton used to be way more political on Facebook. He's all crypto now, like and like just Bitcoin. He used to be like every day he'd post something about like how ISIS was like, yeah, why haven't we heard about ISIS in 4 years? And all of a sudden we hear about him again.
Mm-hmm.
But he used to be like, oh, it's all staged and stuff, and it made me just start questioning shit and thinking and.
It's funny when you start to get to that point where you just like, and then it's like everybody, it's like the Matrix. Everybody's in their Matrix, and you're kind of on the outside going like, "Why are you so stupid? Why can't you see
like
this?"
right, and it's frustrating,
Right.
and it's it's frustrating.
So where do we go from here? We just hope for the revolution.
Well, that's what I mean.
and-
You just gotta keep hoping people's eyes open up.
I think people's are a little bit.
I mean, even that what's her name, the ginger from the press conference lady, the redhead.
Oh, yeah.
Jen
Slasky or
Psaki.
something.
Yeah.
She's like,
Yeah,
she's
circle
getting
back.
heat. She's getting heat for
Yeah.
some
Which
of
is
those
shocking.
She
questions.
is.
And like it's refreshing.
She's getting a
not-
lot of shit too for saying I'll circle back.
And then never following
Never
up on
fucking
it.
circles back.
Well, that's the problem too with all these like Project Veritas. You just have your opinion on them, but they find all the retractions made and they bury them on like page 8. Like those things need to be on the front page.
Right. And what's your problem with free? What was it the
Free State.
Free State.
I just
Project.
they're like hypocritical. I
So-
kind of like disassociated myself with it. Like I
Okay.
moved to New Hampshire. It wasn't because of Free State. It's just because New Hampshire's I wanted to move here.
Right.
My girlfriend used to live here.
Yeah.
She was working here, so she got to save on taxes. And I was like, that's a great idea. I don't know why you pick a state up here. Most people don't like cold weather. But at the same time, like, and then, but the more I read about it, it's not like, they're kind of like cop leg humpers too. They're just like, kind of like statist Republicans.
Live free or die is just a slogan.
Oh yeah, no, that's shit.
Yeah, it doesn't
They
mean
can't even tint your windows in
damn
New Hampshire.
thing,
Get the hell out of here. What the hell? You can't have beer over like 11%. In
Really?
New Hampshire, yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. It's like a stupid law,
Yeah.
but it's just there.
Stupid laws.
Stupid law. New Hampshire's one of only like 3 states you can't tint your front windows.
We need to fight these fucking stupid
Well, so
laws.
John Burt, like he sponsors a bill every single legislative session to get rid of the window tint law. Last year it made it to an amendment, they allowed 70%. That's basically nothing.
Yeah.
So we gave you something,
Right.
but
We'll give
now
you
does he
a
go
prompt, yeah.
again and say no? I want 40 or I want unlimited.
Yeah, it should be like, and the whole thing is it's because the police unions, their safety. Cut the shit. You know how many people from Massachusetts are coming up through New Hampshire? Get the hell out of here. That's a nonsense argument.
Yeah.
So
I mean, my windows are tinted 5%.
never give you any shit.
No, they can't. My car's newer and it's an Escalade.
Yep.
So, but if it was my old 91 BMW, you bet your ass I can get pulled over all the time. It's bright red and it's old.
Yeah.
It's a Target.
Yeah.
So I can't do it to that car.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. They target. They do.
I mean, I got pulled over once in Salem, a couple weeks, about 2 months ago. First time, been here for three and a half years. I never had my car inspected because I can't.
Yeah.
I failed it when I moved here, and I was like, "Fuck, I'm not taking the tint off. I like it."
Right.
So I just drove around. I mean, my parents live in Massachusetts. I live right on the border, so I'm like, I don't spend. And it's a newer car.
Yeah.
And then so I got pulled over, and he was like, I pulled you over. I said, "Yeah, my inspection sticker." He goes, "Yeah." What is it for? The window tint. And I was like, "Yeah, I think it might be factory because I bought the car like this." It's not factory. I bought the car like this, and he goes, "Oh, okay. Well, you got your license and registration? I showed it to him, and he's like, you've lived in Salem for a while? I said, yeah, like 3 years. And he's like, you never had your car inspected? I go, no. He goes, dude, you're killing me. You're making this really hard for me. He didn't give me a ticket, but
Yeah.
I get, like, he was like, you're making this really hard for me. But I did get a ticket for not having an inspection sticker on my BMW, only because I was up in Conway. And he just gave me, that was like a $50 ticket. But, yeah, nothing for the tint yet. No tickets. I've been pulled over twice for it. Most of the time they're cool.
Yeah.
It's whatever. I'm not an asshole to cops, like,
Right.
unless you deserve to, like require me to be an asshole.
Right, yeah, no, they're just doing their job. Most of them are just doing their job.
Right. But I did get, when I got arrested in Massachusetts, I got arrested for driving a suspended license because I paid a speeding ticket late and I didn't pay the surcharge. It was like $50.
Mm-hmm.
So they didn't.
Was it because taxation is theft, or was it because?
No, I didn't know about it.
about
I just didn't know. I was in college, like, I
Yeah.
saw the thing and I probably didn't realize what the date was. I sent them a check and I thought I was done.
Yeah.
Got pulled over in Andover, Mass, and the cop arrested me. And I got summoned to court the next day. And there was like a state cop there, he's like a 30-year veteran. I don't know what but he's like, how old are you? I was like 17. You got arrested with no priors for not having for a suspended license? I go, yep. He goes, that cop is a dick. He goes, if it was me and you had no priors, I'd just give you a summons to court to come and get it unsuspended.
Right.
Basically what you're doing now without getting arrested.
Right.
Yeah.
He's like, that cop is a dick. It was something personal, or he's got something going on at home.
Yeah, he's got a hard on for wanting to arrest people. Yeah.
Like, it was just absurd. So,
what do you think of the people that like go outside and film outside just to like see what the cops are gonna do? Do you
keep
think
doing it.
you like that?
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
Yeah.
In a way,
They tell us the same thing. If you got nothing to hide, then don't worry about it. Okay.
It's true.
Yeah,
Right back at you.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not saying get in their face, like impede stuff, but if you're on a sidewalk and you're not impeding the investigation, shove it.
Well, kind of like when they had those people arrested in front of
Yeah,
Saluna's
that's
house.
a joke. Absolute joke. Those people are going to make a shitload of money. That's a civil rights
Absolutely.
violation. 100%.
I mean, how much more?
I
do you
want to do
violate?
like I wish it was me.
Huh.
Like, I'm driving a Ferrari.
No, they
And I
got.
probably put the license plate as Sununu.
Yeah, so who do you go after in a case like that? The Sununu or the
state.
state? The state. Okay.
Yeah. Because
And
the cops, you
Yeah.
go after the police
Yeah.
department.
Okay. Yeah.
And it's wrong on the cops to even
Well,
do
that's
that.
the thing, right? Like that.
Well, they're just taking their marching orders from
Well,
the
that's
king.
who's going to enforce tyranny?
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. Who's gonna come around and
They
collect
are.
the guns when Amendment 2 is repealed?
And then
Yeah.
what happens to the cops that
Cops.
don't want to do it? They get
They
fined.
do.
and
That
fined.
guy down in North Carolina had that huge viral video. So I'm not arresting
Oh,
kids
yeah.
in a park for not wearing a mask.
They'll be in the re-education camp, Eric.
Yep.
Yep.
That's where we're going.
Yep.
And
What
if
are
you
you
wanna
wearing?
be in a
What are you
good-
guys wearing for the first day?
I don't know, but
I don't know.
I'm going for the cook job at my re-education camp. So if you want to eat good, come to mine. Okay.
I gotta know what to wear.
I don't know.
I think they'll give me some stuff.
Yeah, probably.
Probably some
What do you-
leftover orange jumpers and.
You think there'll be a nice like pyramid on it or something?
Might be, yeah. Bill Cipher with the all CNI.
But I got nothing else.
Become ungovernable.
Yeah. That's all
Yeah.
you can do, really.
I think that's it. I think that's the key is become ungovernable. I'm about to say fuck it to the chickens. This spring I'm gonna build a chicken.
Yeah.
coop
Oh,
in my
when we move
backyard.
into our house, I'm building a
I
cage for
don't-
my cats, because my cats are indoor cats.
Yeah.
I feel so bad because I let my dog out all the time. So I'm gonna build a catio, but it's gonna be basically a chicken coop. It's just gonna be on the side of my house.
A catio.
Yeah, it's gonna be.
And then trick the neighbors out with that for a while. They think it's just a cat thing, and then throw some
Well,
chickens
it's
in
gonna be
there.
like a little bit bigger than this table.
Yeah.
It's gonna be like 6 feet high, so I can
Yeah.
stand inside of it if I gotta clean it. Just a couple of pieces of wood and then some chicken wire so
Yeah.
it can't get out.
And that's it.
It's basically a chicken coop, but
Yeah.
and then maybe add an addition. Put some chicken.
Put some chickens
right
in.
off of 28 too.
I really think we're in big trouble with the food supply. I really think we're in big trouble with Bill Gates owning the farmland.
Where did he come from? Why?
He's got to get it all, man. And
Why? All of a sudden.
Well, basically, a lot of people don't know that he's not the largest owner of land. He's the largest owner of farmland. There's other people that are owners of land that have
Like
have
ranches
way
and
more
stuff.
land. This is particularly farmland, which
Right,
scares
flat.
the fuck out of me.
Yeah.
Because that's who's growing the corn, growing the wheat, and the GMO debate is for another topic.
Right.
But what's he gonna do? And then when you look at Biden and the executive order that he signed to completely fuck the farmlands and turn it all into conservation lands.
Yeah.
Did Bill Gates buy this land so he can grow friggin' crickets and all this shit so he can grind them up into powder and we're gonna eat fucking cricket meal and worms?
No, because we synthetic beef already.
Yeah, that goes into the 3D printer and prints out and
it's like chemical meat, and it's like it's full of aluminum and everything like that.
My goal right now is to make sure I process and cure and get ready a whole bunch of meat. And
my
just
girlfriend's vegetarian,
keep
so
it in the
the
freezer.
thing isn't huge.
Well, that's
I still eat meat.
Yeah. Well, start growing vegetables.
Well, that's what as soon as when we moved, we just bought a house, and
congratulations.
Yeah, get those seeds.
Oh yeah.
Good luck if you try going through like a seed store or anything like that.
Go to Home Depot.
Yeah, careful when you buy them too, because if you were telling me this, I never knew this about the organic seeds. I thought all seeds were just seeds and you could keep growing. You got to buy the organic seeds.
That's the thing though.
Heirlooms. Yeah.
Some of the organic certified pesticides are awful.
Yeah,
that's a lobby too.
We could go into the organic thing. It would probably take some time, but the gist of it is there's only about 40 inspectors for everything that has that organic label. And that organic label, no GMO label, vegan label, paleo label, all these labels are just big NGOs that are looking to get their tentacles into the food business. Yeah. And you're going to look better if you have this thing. Know your farmer and grow your own food.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, whatever you
No, we go to the farmer's market every Sunday.
Yeah. There's some great farms, Vernon Family Farm. Hopefully soon I'm working it out that we get this farm called Peaceful Harvest on the show here. We'll do a Skype call, and they're from Vermont, and they're a big mushroom grower. And they're growing all kinds of crazy mushrooms, and they're getting into like the medicinal properties of
they make like tinctures and stuff.
Some of those mushrooms that you can find in the woods are fortune.
Yeah, like morels. Yeah.
Morels and like chicken and
they're like a Connecticut River, I think, is like where you got to go for morels.
No, you can find them around here.
Really?
You got to find them it's got to rain at a certain temperature, and the sun can't come up the next day for something. It's like I looked into it because I live in the woods. Like, not really, but it's like.
Good enough where you can find them.
Yeah. Haven't found shit.
We're talking about doing a trapping class. Another one that would be awesome is wild edibles, like foraging.
Oh yeah, I was an Eagle Scout, so we did a lot of that kind of stuff.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy.
Back before they let girls in.
Yeah, but don't even get me started.
Well, I said something on Facebook. I said so. They want them to be able to do like what Boy Scouts do, not just sell stuff. So rebrand it.
Do that.
Yeah.
Do that.
Right. Why do you have to join the Boy Scouts?
Well, then the newest one, they just started an all-girls Boy Scout troop. What the hell? What does that even mean?
It's still a Girl Scout troop, but you just can't. It doesn't make any sense. It's cancel culture thing.
Yeah.
I knew you'd like that Che t-shirt one with the old man.
Yeah. I love those
Commie Fox
jackasses who wear that shirt.
What shirt? Oh, Che Guerrero.
Dude was a fucking terrorist.
A murderer.
Murderer.
I was telling him a story that my wife had told me, that she worked with this lady who came from Cuba about the same time that she was a young girl when Fidel Castro was coming to power. And they were going around from house to house to house, knocking on people's doors saying, "You live here?" And they would say, "Yes." And they would say, "Well, now you have these people as your roommate because they don't have what you have and they're moving into your house."
My buddy's roommate in college is the Fanjul family who owned probably 80% of Cuba. The sugar farms.
Yeah.
They left because of when Castro came into power, but he used to get dropped off at his dorm, helicopter on the roof.
Yeah.
Loaded.
Wow.
Like domino sugar loaded.
Yeah.
And he used to talk about what Castro did in Cuba. And he basically his whole family just see you later.
Yeah. Absolutely. When I was living in Florida.
No, don't worry, socialism worked this time. Because we're in charge.
Yeah,
It's not the ideology. It's not the ideology. It's who's driving the ship. Wrong.
Well, that's what it is. It was like, did you ever listen to Bernie Sanders on Joe Rogan?
No. I sat through a Bernie Sanders rally.
He brings up points that are like
we're playing a free concert at UNH.
Okay, but fiscally it would never work.
No,
it would just it sounds great. It sounds like $1 million and whatever he's gonna do, but it costs so
Trillions.
much money. Yeah, and it's gonna cost you so much money.
You're just a racist.
You know, just to think that. But I don't know where we go from here. I don't know why. Like, I don't
Well,
know.
that's what people
It's
like,
so
when
depressing.
I comment in the Facebook groups, why are you here? And I might comment search and rescue.
But that's what you're doing, and you just give these people endless amounts. And I've seen you debate people,
Yeah.
and it is actually funny because it's
It's
almost like trolling, but you don't do it so bad.
Because trolling, usually you don't believe what you say. You're just saying, I believe most of what I write.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And you bring up good points, and people just can't fathom it. And then you call them mental midgets. I love that's one of my favorites.
I usually don't call them names unless they do it first. Ad hominem, that's another logical fallacy.
Which they will do.
Of course they will. Yeah, they are.
And then you know you won.
Nice jacket. Well, because that's relevant.
And then you know they won.
Yeah.
Or that you know you won, rather.
And then you know what I've been doing lately once they do that? Because I got a Facebook ban for calling somebody a pine cone.
Did you really get, wait, how much did you get for that?
30 days.
Oh, you got a 30
Yeah,
day
it was like a year ago. I called somebody a fucking pine cone and I got banned. Because it was bullying. Bullying. So now every time somebody says any type of negative, like personal, I report that shit to Facebook.
I have reported.
And I look at 3 days later, we took this comment down and so on, and I just imagine these little shits that got 7-day bans.
Well, because now like there's certain people that
I wanted
out
to
there.
bite them back, like bite them in their ass. Like you're gonna
beat them at their own game.
Yeah, right. You're gonna get like I'm sure nobody reported it. It was Facebook's algorithm, but I called somebody a pine cone and I got a 30-day ban.
I got a 30-day ban today for something I posted in September.
Yes, no, they've been. It was.
And
recent.
then they gave it back to me.
Yeah, it's recent. My buddy posted a screenshot. Like we took your video down from 2019. Like there's like I don't know. They went through a sweep or something. But I report people now because I'm gonna use their. They want to be all offended and shit. I'm gonna make a bite them in their ass.
Because there's some that don't even know what Facebook jail is.
No,
like because they never actually ever get there.
Yeah, but so if somebody calls me an idiot, well, I'm gonna report it. Just hoping. Bullying. Hoping they get thrown in Facebook jail.
But they won't.
I
don't know. Do they look at the context?
Does that make me a bad Facebooker because I've never been in Facebook jail?
Yes.
You gotta step a game up.
I got like 7 medals.
Here's the thing that
2 day, 24 hour, 48 hour, 15 day, 7 day, 15, 30 day.
Now they're just hitting me at 30s.
Yeah.
They don't even fuck around anymore.
I don't do much on Facebook, but change my cover page, and I'll shit post every now and then.
I shit post and I mostly share stuff.
Yeah.
And I comment on like WMUR's posts, Governor Sununu's posts.
See, that's what's risky.
Yeah, I see.
No, we gotta get King Sununu on here.
Dude, that guy is awesome. Somebody created a parody account.
Yeah, I think you were telling me.
It's great because he always like he's so subtle with the way he like says, no, we need to do this and you need to wear 7 masks, but it's so like this is to keep the people safe. And some people are so dumb they like it.
Yeah.
But not in a funny way. I think like you can tell
like they actually
they agree with what he's saying. They don't realize it's a parody.
I've seen people with the 2 masks. I can't wait till I see 3 masks.
I walked around with like 8 of them the other day at work.
I saw that. I saw that snap.
On Snapchat, yeah.
That's awesome.
With one of the sleeve ones too, like the
the gators.
The gators, yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's what
now you gotta get the plexiglass shield.
Yeah. No, I want to. I just don't want to spend money because it's a fucking mask, but get one that has a ball gag. or get a GIMP mask, just a straight up GIMP mask on Amazon, and walk into like Home Depot with like an actual leather strap and a ball in my mouth. I just wanted to see the reaction, but I don't actually want to pay for something like that. That's stupid.
I did the ski mask at Best Buy. That was pretty good with just the eyes cut out. They were not happy about that. It was a mask.
Mask,
and
right?
when I was
the
going,
Zorro mask. We're like Phantom of the Opera.
Well, the loss prevention guy came running out, and he was like, "Oh, do you need help?" And I'm like, "No." And he's like, "What's with the mask?" And I'm like, "Well, you require masks in here, right? Is this not a legal mask?" And he's like, "No, it is, but we're just wondering why you're doing it. Why not?"
Why not?
And he's like just calling out is like this like fallacy.
Oh, I usually just walk by. Like, I got thrown out of Target though.
They actually threw you out?
Well, yeah, I was with my girlfriend.
You gotta say you have a medical condition.
See, but I don't. I don't know why. I just don't care. But no, I was with my girlfriend and I don't want to embarrass her. So
yeah, what? Yeah,
I left. I just left.
Yeah, I get that thing with my wife. She gets embarrassed by it.
Well, she's like, my girlfriend's like, she doesn't agree with it either.
Yep.
But I gotta go to Home Depot a lot. I mean, I don't wear it at Home Depot because they don't care.
Right.
I don't wear it at Lowe's, they don't care. I don't wear it at Market Basket because nobody says anything. But like Target's, I don't wear one in there anymore. But at Rite Aid, I'd have to wear one because I had to pick up my prescription. I actually need to go get my prescription, so I can't I gotta get it.
Yeah.
Right.
I don't have an alternative because there's no local pharmacy.
The thing I feel bad about when I go into places like that is, and why I wear a mask, is because you got this elderly population that doesn't know anything.
They don't know any better. No, my aunt has scared the shit out of my grandparents. They couldn't even come over.
But you wearing the mask is not helping them. It's not hurting them. It's just
it's keeping them at a comfort level.
But that's the thing.
But like you and I have said, my rights don't end where your fear begins.
No, right. And if somebody says something to me, I usually wear it around my neck because if I have to be in that store, like Home Depot for work, and somebody says something to me, I can't just say "fuck you," I'm done because then I'll get fired.
Right.
And I feel like the line waiting to get your prescription at Rite Aid is not the place to start a debate about whether or not the mask is effective.
No,
so
right.
So it's like, okay, throw it on and do what you need to do and get
I'm
out.
not actively looking for confrontation.
No, me neither. I just don't wear it. And actually, I'm surprised. I've only had one lady really get mad at me.
This was a couple months ago. I've never had a person get mad at me that isn't.
Oh no, I had a person that wasn't an employee. No employee
I'm waiting to use the line at the market basket with the arrows.
What's the line with that?
Because somebody didn't you see the arrows? I'm gonna duck and I'm gonna go. I didn't even see the Indians.
Can I tell you something about that though? That I think is the best thing that's happened to Market Basket.
Oh, dude, right? The flow of traffic.
I kind of like it. I'm not gonna lie.
But you still have the idiot who just leaves their cart in the middle of the aisle.
Yeah.
Sometimes I make fun of it too. I walk backwards just to make a joke of it.
But I'm not gonna go to the next aisle to go up and to go there.
No.
But if other people want to do it,
go ahead.
It makes it easier for me.
You're free to do it. That's the thing is you do whatever you feel you have to do, and I'll do whatever I feel I have to do.
I've always written my shopping list to go with the flow of traffic.
I always start with eggs.
I start in dairy, and I look at the top and I'm like, I don't really need that. And then I'll split up. We have a list sometimes, and we'll split up.
Oh, you split up, huh?
Just to get the hell out of there.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'll go to the deli. I'll get the salmon at the seafood counter. I'll get the cereal, and I'll do anything in the dairy. And then I bring my basket, and I'll meet you here. That way, it's half the time.
I can't wait to start again growing my own food. And this year, if I learn more from what I learned last year, I have to go to Market Basket way less. It'd be like a daily, trip.
I've had better luck with Market Basket's produce than Stop and Shop when they were at the Loop.
Yep.
And Whole Foods in Andover.
Whole Foods is freaking terrible,
awful.
Man.
Really? Because I've heard nothing but bad shit about.
No, they're I mean, like they have good stuff. Market Basket's
better.
Market Basket's produce is way better.
Yep.
Really?
I agree.
Walmart's produce is probably better than Stop and Shop's produce.
Really?
Yeah.
Now they open up a Whole Foods in Tuscan. Is that true or is that?
Was
that
rumor? No way. Market Basket wouldn't let them. That's what Shaw's let. Market Basket.
What do they have a monopoly here? They're like Comcast.
No, it's worse than Comcast. There's no actual infrastructure for other utilities here. I can't get. Spectrum, is that the other one? I can't get
Consolidated.
Okay.
I just
can't
switched.
get that on my street because there's no infrastructure for it. Market Basket is worse because they buy these plazas and don't rent them to other supermarkets.
They buy the whole plaza.
And why do we need three of them in a triangle? That's
I'm not
a mile.
because I don't want
close. There's only going to be two. That little
one.
Because I worked at the one.
It's I mean not with COVID, but before COVID it was my favorite one. It's not as crowded.
Yeah.
The one by Kmart. That's the one I worked at.
If you want to go watch people watching, go to the Walmart and they're doing at the Loop. Holy shit!
I was just there today.
Go to the Walmart there too. Holy
shit! The Walmart in the
Bethune. You guys
even go to Walmart.
If you're ever having a bad day and you feel bad about yourself, go to the Bethune Walmart. You will feel 100 times better.
Oh no, I agree.
Those people are mutants.
I'll go to the Derry Walmart, but that's as far as.
Oh, is that the Hudson one?
No, right in Derry.
There was one in Hudson right over on the dinner.
Yeah. I know which one you're talking about.
Awesome too. That was like. You'd go at 2:30 in the morning, there'd be like 4-year-olds in there.
They used to have that in Salem. I would go
24 hours.
There was like, when they were 24 hours, they'd be like a 2-year-old at 3 in the morning.
Shitty parenting.
And I'm like,
shitty parenting is probably up there with the media for why this country sucks.
Well, that's how I look at it. All this crime and stuff, all these people that commit crimes, I wonder what the percentage of them that didn't have a father in their life.
No, it's not even that. It's just shitty parenting. You can have a bad father and a bad mother.
I
or
grew
no
up,
father.
I grew up as an only child with a single mother, and she did okay.
Good.
I'm here talking to you, smelling your dog's farts again.
Yeah. Good. No, I'm good. I'm glad. But I'm saying, I assume that there's a higher percentage.
Yeah.
Where like you didn't have that discipline of like, oh shit, my dad's gonna come home and smash me.
You can't do that anymore.
The problem is,
when we were kids,
fucking belt, fucking wooden spoon.
When you get into these households, and it's not so much the single family, I don't think, or the quote unquote broken home. It's more the mother who wants to get knocked up by different guys so she can keep getting.
Oh, it treats her crotch like a
I'm talking these lifetime criminals too. I'm not talking about.
Treat their crotches like ATMs.
There's people that I've met in my life, and I grew up in Lawrence. So,
I grew up in Lawrence.
I've seen it on Prospect Hill. Where'd you grow up?
I grew up in Mount Vernon.
Okay.
My mom grew up on Ferry Street.
Okay, yeah, Ferry Street. I grew up on Alston Street, which is one over from
the big
from
white
Ferry.
house next to the yellow store.
The yellow store. The yellow store up
on Ferry Street.
Yeah, the Spanish store. It used to be a bodega.
My mom lived in the house next door.
As a 14-year-old kid, they would give us cigarettes and let us pay on like another day. And you're like, dude, I got no money. Can you give me a pack of cigarettes?
Dude, my mom used to live in the house next door, across the street from there, on the same side of the road.
No
that
shit.
was a huge lot. There's now 4 houses on that lot.
Yeah. That whole neighborhood has completely changed. Oh, that's funny.
Lawrence used to be the place to live.
I just got nostalgic about
shit.
Lawrence and lost track of what I was going to talk about.
But Lawrence, well, good on Lawrence.
Okay.
Lawrence used to be the
Lawrence
place to live, right?
Shit. You had Mount Vernon, which is all the French Canadians. Down near Astor Street was the Italians, which is still the Italians. Still.
Yep.
I mean, it's still
Oh,
French
yeah.
Canadian. My
It's-
grandparents are still up in Ware Street up in Mount Vernon.
It's like Gran Torino.
Then you got the Germans, which were up near Prospect Hill area.
Italians too.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Italians.
big population of Italians.
It was the shit.
Yeah, South Lawrence was the Irish, and North Lawrence was the
The
Italians.
South Lawrence was the Mount Vernon part of South Lawrence was the French Canadians.
Yeah.
Sacred Heart.
Mount Vernon
Massive
projects
Fort.
were, yeah. That was the nice area.
Yeah.
That was the area that.
Yeah, my grandfather's backyard is Andover. If you go into the next person's property. So
Okay.
I lived on Ware Street, which was 3 streets away from there. Into Lawrence.
Blue Water Tower on
Yeah.
Prospect Hill, up from the hospital.
Yep.
That's where I grew up. It was right.
Lawrence High?
Water Tower was.
No, I
right
was in
there.
Andover High. I moved in 3rd grade to Andover.
Oh, all right.
My parents.
What about you?
I did a stint in Central Catholic.
That's why my parents didn't want to pay. I have 4 kids, 2 brothers and a sister, so they didn't want to pay.
What is that, like 25 grand?
16 or something.
Central?
Yeah.
Yeah, what's Central?
I don't know what it is now.
I think it's like 13, 14 grand or something.
But
like
they didn't
that.
want to. They didn't want to pay that, and they didn't want to send
Maybe more.
Lawrence schools, public schools got disaccredited, so they didn't want to send us there. So.
Yeah, what's that?
There's
What
6
happens when they get
rounds going
disaccredited? You just.
It's all.
I think that's a bunch of bullshit. So what the accreditation does is all it does is when the school lets themselves go to shit and become unaccredited, they get more money from the government.
Right.
So it's
Lawrence-
better for them to just let it all go.
It's not.
you
It's
saw
like
the
a
Lawrence High
it's
School.
accreditation, and then there's receivership. When it's state receivership, it means the state's in charge of it.
All right. So who has that? Like, has anyone? Lynn? Yeah. I was
No,
gonna say-
I think Lynn schools are actually not that bad.
The Lawrence High School that I went to was a shithole. It was
You went to the
falling
one
apart.
across the
yellow-
library, right?
The
My
yellow
mom
building.
works there
And
with the handicapped students.
oh, no kidding. Yeah, they still use it for stuff, huh? I guess the 5th floor is like horrible oxygen, and it's just like
Oh, man, she might not work there anymore. She works at the elementary schools now, but she used to work there. Like a couple years
the
ago.
building should probably be close to condemned.
I went to a couple basketball games in there when they were still playing in there.
Okay.
It's a shithole.
Oh yeah, big time shithole.
That new one's a friggin' university.
So what they did was they let it go to shit, and they got $80 million from the federal government to build it.
That new high school is
4 buildings.
unbelievable.
And you know what they're doing in there
It's
now?
got a daycare in there.
Kids are making fucking pornos in the hallways.
Yeah.
There's high school kids fucking
Oh,
in the hallways and filming it.
my mom has
Really?
to go,
Yeah.
my mom has to go work there sometimes. She
And
does-
where are they selling it?
She did
They're not putting it on fucking Snapchat, man.
World Star.
Yeah, World Star Hip Hop, yeah.
And this
My
is
mom
how
said that my mom
pedophilia
like
is.
had to be. I mean, it wasn't. This is pre-COVID, but some girl got arrested because she dragged some girl down the stairs by her hair and like ripped out like she scalped her.
Nice.
My mom has stories constantly. She's
Yeah.
retiring this year, so.
I do have a question for you. So how, when you try to explain to somebody that taxation is theft, how do you go around
Look at the
telling?
definition of taxation. That's it.
Just look at the
By-
creation of the Federal Reserve.
That's
too.
just what. But then they say, well, it's, and then I love that thing you said, Night of the Living Status.
Oh, yeah,
So all right. So how do you explain to somebody how the roads would be handled? Will
What
it
do
be
you mean?
handled?
So you think a private company who has the technology to build something that can drive on some
Right, so
roads
if you
can't build the road?
So
The
it'll
roads
be-
are already being built by those companies. They're just being contracted out by the
So
government.
you would just have like, if
No, I'm
you
not
knew
saying-
how to pave, you would just pave If
No,
if I knew
that's
I
the thing.
paid, I paid
It's
this.
a broader statement. You can't abolish it completely.
Right.
I mean, that's an idea.
But then, how did we have? We didn't always have taxes.
No,
Right?
1913 is when they.
So how did we get by before that?
Right, that's what my question is. It's the same thing with the Department of Education.
Was it less population?
No, they tried a bunch of times though. There's been central
Well,
banks established a whole bunch of times.
That's the
Austin
whole.
Corbin that we did the podcast
That's the
about.
whole thing about the Titanic conspiracy, that it was
Yeah.
purposely sank because of what's his name.
And it wasn't the Titanic, it was the fucking Olympic, and there's a reason why J.P. Morgan didn't get on the fucking boat.
Yeah, who was the
because
guy?
he knew
Astor was on the boat. He was the richest guy in the world.
J.P. Morgan owned White Star. They knew that the fucking Titanic was a piece of shit, and they knew the Olympic was a piece of shit. They put the fucking Olympic out there, and they killed J.P. Morgan. They killed J.J. Astor. They killed Guggenheim, and they killed
the
Strauss.
biggest opponents of the Federal Reserve.
Yes.
And then within a year it was passed.
When Woodrow Wilson even said it when he was dying, I made the worst mistake of my life was signing that into law.
Fuck yeah, he did.
He was the worst president ever. Best president?
Who would be the best president?
McKinley. You know why? He was only president for 30 days before he died.
But if you had to say not other than
Calvin Coolidge.
More libertarian or
Not Thomas Jefferson.
Yeah,
I like Thomas
I
Jefferson
like
because he
him.
abolished because he wanted to abolish the central banks.
Right, and then James Madison.
And I think that the central banking system is
Yes.
the root of all the evil.
Oh yeah.
The root. That's it. That's where the fucking buck stops.
But that
Get rid of
argument about how did we exist for so long before 1913 is the same thing with the Department of Education. Thomas Massey, every single year he introduces legislation to abolish the department. Oh, you don't want kids to go to school? You know it started in existence in 1970? How did your parents go to school?
Right. Well now, what was the thing that Thomas Massey and Tulsi made? Remember that?
Oh yeah, I forget which one that was. What was that?
Because he does a lot of that
No,
stuff.
he is like his ultra libertarian.
Now, in your list of people, he's number one.
Yeah,
That's in now.
but he doesn't have the optics like of a Rand Paul. So
you're kind of like flipping between them two.
Rand Paul, he's a name because of his dad.
Yeah.
And because he's awesome, but his dad.
Yeah, and then what would you say? Gats in Florida is good, right?
Yeah, I like him. I used to like Justin Amash, but he kind of, I don't know, he went like off the deep end.
Yeah.
I like Mike Lee, and I like Ted Cruz. Ted Cruz is
You know what? Why are they on him so hard about this fucking vacation he took?
Because Cuomo's there, and they need a distraction. Did you see the guy at CPAC? Ripped. Who's the CNN guy?
Oh, the Mr.
Acosta.
Oh,
okay,
He
Acosta.
ripped. He was, how come you're not covering? He was wearing. How come you're not covering Cuomo? Like, oh, we are. And he was like, bullshit. He's screaming at him it's on Instagram.
Really?
I'll send you the post. It was awesome. 0 minutes of coverage on Cuomo. Ted Cruz though.
But I think they're at the point now they're forced to
Absolutely.
touch it. There's no
because the Me Too movement.
people are asking.
That's the best part. They're eating each other.
Yeah.
Well, absolute power
time.
corrupts absolutely.
They're eating each other. That's the best.
So do
part.
we just sit back and do
Yes.
nothing and let them just sit there with popcorn and
It's
just
coming.
watch?
It's coming.
You sit back with popcorn and watch that, but
And you try to antagonize it because it's funny.
But you also gotta look out for yourself, right?
Yeah.
And that's what we get into.
Oh yeah.
You know, all the shit that we've been talking about, and you know, with the homesteading and whatnot.
But you watch AOC's now clashing with
Yep,
Biden,
I'm telling
she's
you,
clashing
Biden
with
is like an
Cuomo.
old school Democrat, and she's
Yep,
a
and
progressive, and he's not
The whole
enough.
squad is crazy.
He is
But
not
I think
enough.
she's too crazy that people wouldn't even vote for her if it came to like if she ran for president. I don't think she would win unless they fucking
Not yet.
Just,
right now, she wouldn't. Slowly.
I think she developed.
She'd have to become a little bit more normal though. She would have to give
No,
a
they
no?
would make her thoughts normal. They would normalize that thinking.
Yeah. If that was what they chose,
Yeah.
you know, to run.
Now, what do you think? Do you think Biden's going to stand, or do you think Kamala?
May 4th, babe. March 4th. March 4th.
Yeah, where it's all going to change.
No, I don't. He's losing it.
Well, the Vegas odds were the same. They were both plus 250.
Yeah, but did you see that?
I think you showed me.
Kamala Harris didn't know about the Syria bombing, and she was pissed.
Really? Well, she came out during the debates calling him he's a racist and all that shit.
Yeah.
And then it's like, oh no, he's a great guy. He loves all these
pictures of Bush and the Obamas and Clinton. Like it's always.
That's what you see. It's all a boys club.
Did he or did he not drop the N-word?
Oh, I
Biden.
don't think so, but it sounds like it.
Did
I don't
you hear
think
that?
he did because if you listen, he kind of tried to. He has a stutter.
Yeah,
that's known.
he's a fucked up speaker. Yeah, for sure.
And it sounds like almost like the word before it. Like
Yeah.
I can get that, but it's still funny. What do you got? Troll.
Now, can you imagine if that was Trump?
Crucified, absolutely crucified.
Unreal.
Crucified, impeached.
Yep.
Impeach and
On what grounds?
removed.
On what
Impeach
grounds?
and removed.
On what grounds?
But that's the thing is like this impeachment thing. Like,
It's not
impeachment
real.
was a big. Impeachment was a huge deal. If you were impeached
Well,
as
that's
a
the
president,
thing. That's what.
now
Did
it's
you see,
just.
Did you see Rand Paul's speech or Thomas Massey? He goes, "If we're going to be able to impeach past presidents, I call FDR."
Why we could impeach multiple presidents for what they've done.
If there's a president that gets impeached, they're gonna give them the opportunity to resign before they get impeached.
Of course they are.
Richard Nixon.
Yeah.
It's a show.
It's
The
a,
impeachment
is.
is
Oh, that's why
total-
Trump was so
Everything
different.
in there is politics. The fence around the Capitol right
It's
now
still
is-
there. It's there for March 4th.
It could be, man.
That's-
It could
that's-
be.
I mean-
is it to lock people out or to lock people in, or is it
It's
just
to lock.
theater?
No, it's to lock people in.
Yeah.
I think it is.
Yeah.
But I mean, I think that's my theory on the theory.
Yep.
How awesome would that be?
That would be. It would be amazing. I would, dude. I would be.
But would our lives really change in this?
Yeah, because that would be literally a reset. Like that would be in the purest.
That would be Nassar coming in.
Right.
Yeah.
So we would live more free overnight than we ever.
No, I'm sure there would be, but it would be
I feel
quick.
like we'd still get fucked on a lot of things, but it'd be nice that all of this bullshit would
It'd be
be
quick.
gone.
It'd be quick. But yeah, why is there a fence still around? This isn't freaking Seoul, North Korea, or something.
with the National Guard troops. Tell me that's not a military coup.
Well, so when I went to
I'm cautiously optimistic.
I went to
Unlikely
Washington on
since-
January
It's
6th.
possible it's unlikely.
I went to Washington on January 6th.
My
I think
friend-
I sent you Snapchats from it, but I didn't go to the Capitol.
Yeah.
I went to a speech.
Yeah, so you were the one who attacked AOC.
Yeah, I had the horns. That was me.
That blows my mind.
Yeah.
Oh, they were knocking on my door. No, that was a security guard, you idiot.
Yeah, and that cop killed that veteran in cold blood.
Yeah, how
And
come we don't know his name yet?
I don't know. Hopefully, he was one of the cops that killed himself.
Or how
So
come
that
just
was a
Ray
man-
Maxwell hasn't had a trial yet, but these people who did the riots a month ago have?
Well,
what's the
Richard's
thing-
been slotted for the summer for a while.
But why?
I don't know. The wheels of
Is she
justice
still
move
even
slowly in
alive?
certain situations.
I mean, do you think Epstein's still
because
alive?
there's more pineal
But
glands.
where do they keep him?
Yeah,
Where
they
do,
gotta calcify the shit out of those.
it's all, but
That's why I got well water. This is
what are you
minimal
looking,
amount of
you looking up
fluoride.
something?
No, I'm about to friend him on Facebook.
Minimal amount of fluoride in well water. And when we moved to my house that's on the sewer, it is getting a reverse osmosis filter within a week.
Now, what does that do? It just like takes all the water and. No, are you gonna be on public water? Or are you gonna be on a well?
It's on public. Ideally, I wouldn't want to be, but
I'm on a well. The other thing I realize around here is super hard water.
oh, dude, I'm on a well right now.
Yeah,
It's like above the scale that I bought in the kit.
they can't the software I have can't even keep
Yeah,
up with
no,
it.
probably not.
It's just I do the best I can.
Yeah.
Go see the guy who bought some rain barrels down on 125, just on the Kingston line. Before
Right
you
across
get-
from the police station.
Before you get to Sanborn, before you
Yeah.
get to Sanborn High School.
He overcharges you the fuck out of those
What is it,
barrels.
$15 a barrel.
Oh, he put them down.
What kind of
They were
barrels are
away.
they? Just
They're
plastic- the plastic ones?
15-gallon down.
55
55
gallon
plastic
plastic
ones.
ones, yeah. So you can easily hook up the hose, hook up to them and everything. I'm gonna get 4 of them.
So here's the thing: you're gonna harness you're just gonna fill it up with your hose.
No, I'm gonna fill it up for my downspouts.
Oh, see,
I'm gonna cut my
now here's my
downspouts and
thing.
drop
Maybe
it
you
in there.
guys can help. You can help me with this. I don't have gutters. What are my options?
What do you mean you don't have gutters?
I don't have gutters on my
Like the
house.
water just comes off your roof and hits the floor?
Yeah.
My parents' house too.
Really?
My dad got rid of them.
So here's the thing: I don't want to spend the money on gutters. I thought about doing it on one little part.
Well, you can put a
Just-
Yankee gutter in. Just a strip of metal that sits on the thing so it diverts like your walkway.
And then could I have it go down into? You see what I'm saying? Is
No.
like to collect
I'm
rainwater.
surprised you don't have all the ice in your front door.
That's yeah.
The back door I do.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so you can put a Yankee gutter, dude.
I don't know how I done.
You wouldn't be able to collect it though.
That's the problem. Is like I'm kind of fucked unless I get gutters.
Why don't you just run a back gutter? One gutter.
Or
That's what I thought about
You run
doing.
it back.
Just one gutter.
One seamless gutter.
Yeah.
You have
If you
a
need
well,
somebody,
though,
I'll
so
send you
what do you
that
need for?
information.
I
No paper water.
No, I know.
The rain's gonna go there eventually.
But if I run out of power, then my pump's gone, and then I'm fucked.
The generator, but after 12 feet, the earth filters water to be drinkable, even sewage.
So all it has to go is 12 feet. No shit.
That's a lot. Think about dense soil though. That's a lot.
That's deep.
Yeah, but still 12 feet.
Think of basketball. A basketball hoop's 10 feet.
Yeah.
That's I can't.
Yeah, but shit water and just 12 feet. That's pretty good. I mean, that's pretty good.
It is, but yeah.
I mean, it's far down. I mean, if you're digging with a
you ain't
fucking
gonna
shovel,
dig it by hand.
but yeah, I mean.
But there's ways too to make charcoal filters.
Oh,
and
sure,
whatnot.
absolutely. I'm just saying naturally though. If you like, that's why leaching fields work, and they release water back to the groundwater because it's leached in the beaches.
I'm putting some. I put one little raised bed in my leach field, and it did great last year for garden. I'm turning the whole leach field into raised bed.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be fucking great.
Now, anything else you're gonna fuck with on your new house? You gonna fucking like
Everything.
compost shit?
Oh no, I'm gonna redo the whole thing first.
Yeah.
The garage has a 3-foot hole in it in the ceiling, so that's getting on the roof.
So you got a good deal on it though, right?
No, not in this housing market.
So you're good with that though, huh? Handyman
Oh,
stuff.
my plan is to build
fixing
my
all
own
that
house.
stuff. Do you do your own? Do you do like side hustle work? And
Yeah.
Go to other people's places, electrical work.
Yeah.
Like installing a transfer switch for a generator.
No.
No.
No, but I can. I mean, I don't. I've done it.
You know anybody that could? I'm asking because I'm looking.
Yeah, no, I mean,
I got the generator right on the
I
transfer
could do
switch
it.
hooked up.
I don't know the best place to like buy the shit. That
Yeah,
cheap,
yeah,
so
yeah,
that's
yeah.
the problem.
Yeah,
I'd probably be online, but I could.
I'd rather get a licensed. I don't know if you knew a licensed electrician.
I
just
do.
because I'm
I don't
gonna
know
look to
around
sell a
here,
house.
but
So.
I don't know, but around here, one.
Yeah, I'd rather have a licensed guy do it just so I can have the
You know, there's no
paperwork.
construction license in New Hampshire though.
You and I had this discussion the other
Something like
day.
that for electrical.
Oh, for electrical there is.
Yeah.
You should probably have one.
But like building a back porch,
No,
nothing.
you don't need it. You need a permit. Well,
Yeah.
permit.
We had a long talk about permits the other day on that.
Well, that's just because the end user is unaware.
I think we both brought up good points on the fact that why does the government have to give their seal of approval for it to be like you're gonna come in and build it, but you got I'm gonna get the permits to have you do it. So the government's giving you the seal of
but see, in
approval.
Massachusetts, you can't even pull the permit yourself.
But you are the
Your
one.
contract.
But you would do it under the table, no permit. Do a better job than he would. But I can't. Now I'm not gonna be able to pull a permit.
Well, they want to know that you're doing work on your property so that they can come and
Tax
assess
you.
your property
And tax you.
And I mean, I will say some building inspectors they know what they're looking at, like especially electrical, like MEP work, mechanical, electrical plumbing.
Electrical's one, and I would like.
You die.
Yeah.
I mean,
Your house
you
burns
could-
down.
Yeah, you could from a shitty construction work too, though, like a contractor. But the Angie's List is the solution.
Really, and make it not like where you have to
Pay for it, right?
Yeah, but where you just
But then
you get your
cancel,
generator
You
in.
get the cancel culture Karens sabotaging and bombarding businesses with fake
But
news.
can you tell like when you read a review on something?
Yeah,
Like this
it's
is
all
somebody that
embellished
just has
like
a
crazy.
grudge.
It's embellished. Yeah.
15 people have a fucking great review on this guy, and you have one that says this guy needs
It's
to show up.
unbelievably elaborate.
And it's like, wait a minute, like this doesn't make sense.
Not even just a grudge, but I find a lot of these people that leave reviews are looking to be like, especially in the food community, the next big food critic.
Yeah.
Like they're writing
Oh,
they're writing for like a
But they burn water.
magazine or something.
But they burn water when they they don't know anything
Yeah,
about.
no.
You know?
They definitely wouldn't know. But even if somebody like has work done on their house and they leave a bad review on Angie's List, it's almost like they're leaving it like they're looking to write an article
like
for
to be- right, to
Family
find home
Handyman
building or
magazine.
something.
Yeah.
So I don't
No,
know.
I mean, I've done a lot of repair work, and there's some contractors just suck.
Oh, absolutely.
So bad. A lot of them do.
But like if you notice, like especially now, like if you try to go to the town hall, they have closed on like whenever I want to go.
Yeah, exactly.
They're always closed.
No,
It's
if
like,
you're
what the fuck?
doing a deck, it's in the back. I wouldn't pull one.
Right.
It's hard to do the front because it's visible. If you're doing interior work, you buy blackout curtains, and you get shop lights if you have to cut power.
Yeah.
Now I want to get back
I
to
plan
this.
on pulling all of 0 permits.
I mean, he's gonna pull all the permits. He's gonna pull all the permits.
Well, I'm gonna have to for the garage because it backs up to like the BP gas station on Main, so it's very visible.
Oh, okay.
Very visible. But
Oh, you're right around the corner from me. I'm over by Mike's Red Barn.
granite.
Okay.
I'm on granite.
Yeah, nice.
So with Biden's new gun ban, have you looked into it at all?
No, because I'm not going to follow it.
I understand. So here, I read that you're gonna have to get an $800 license, right? And then you're gonna have to do a background check that you're never gonna pass.
Yep.
Or I'm sorry, a psych test that you're never gonna pass. So are the guns that are already out, are they grandfathered in? Or is this for new purchases? Like, I don't, you doesn't make
80% AR-15.
Well, they're looking to get rid of 80%. Unless, I got an email about that.
I have 7 of them. Just the blanks.
So here's the thing.
Probably gonna sit on
the only way that you could actually make it a full out ghost gun. So people say like, oh, it's a ghost gun, it's a ghost gun. If you're buying all the fucking parts for this gun on a credit card, then it's not really a ghost gun.
No, you find a machinist friend and you make it.
But how are you building a? I mean, yeah, you're doing the you're doing the 80% build. Oh, you got a machinist guy building you a barrel and everything like that.
My buddy did build a barrel.
Really? Okay.
He lives up in Atkinson. He built his own silencer. He had to get a tax stamp to use it because he's not gonna.
Right.
But he built his own silencer. 3 of them out of titanium. Sick fuck.
Nothing's happening to him.
But
see, that's what you got to do because once you buy the 80% bill
cash, or you buy it face to face from somebody else,
but nobody sells 80% anymore.
Oh, sure they do.
But where you can buy and pay cash for it?
Yeah, I'm sure there's some shops.
We'll talk after.
I know one place that does.
We'll talk after.
Yeah, you guys talk after. I got my 9mm and I'm happy. I'm not. Yeah.
You need to up that firepower.
What's that?
You need to up that firepower. If we can't have a tank in our fucking garage,
how Second Amendment are you? I have a picture of a vending machine with guns in it.
Yeah.
Or a roof-mounted 50 cal in your minivan.
I mean, at what point? Like, I tried to explain to him, like, so, you know how they say, like, oh, this person can't have a gun. You know, they get these people on gun charges or possession of a gun, but they're a felon. Well, they still technically have a right to carry.
No.
Why?
The felons don't.
But who says? Aren't you?
He changed my mind on.
Aren't you?
I'm playing devil's advocate here, but I've sold like 6 guns face to face in the Walmart parking lot. Even in Massachusetts, you can sell face to face too. It's not like it's just a pain in the ass to get a license in Mass.
The FLA.
Yeah. Huh?
FLA. Federal Firearms?
No, just a license to carry in Massachusetts is fucking.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you need like a sign off from the state police.
No, not the state police.
Oh, I thought you got like a dealer's license.
Oh, an FFL? No.
Yeah, FFL, that's it. Yeah.
No, you don't. I mean, that's federal, but I got my Boston license when I was in Boston. They made me go. You have to do a practical at the state police range on Moon Island, which is an island off of Quincy. The morning after Thanksgiving at 6:30.
Thanks, guys.
You're gonna want it. Oh my god.
And they gave it to me restricted for employment. So every time I was walking around, I had work boots on. I'm a contractor.
So now, the whole idea, every state should be constitutional carry.
Yeah, that's why. Why is that the only right that isn't?
And why is it that normal people are the enemy? When you can go into Dorchester and get held up at gunpoint for your wallet by a guy that has a gun that's not even registered.
I forgot I had baseball practice tonight. Oh well.
No,
it's over. They started at 8. I don't care. It's bad occasions.
Baseball?
Yep. It's in Lowell.
It's not.
It's cages.
All right. Oh, cool.
That's
What
right.
do you play, a softball league or something like
baseball.
that? Oh, nice.
Yeah, there's a couple kids who got drafted in my league.
Really?
I mean, they're all like over 30 now, so they're not like throwing 90 or anything, but...
Right.
No way. That's cool.
I found out on Craigslist back when I was like 25, and I've been playing since 10, 11, this is my 11th year.
Well, I think this was a good talk.
I think so too.
I know you had to move your car and everything, so...
No, I'm going to do it tomorrow. I talked to my dad.
All right.
But I just got to move it out so we can put his in there.
All right.
But it doesn't drive yet, so you got to push it out.
No.
And he's not doing that because he's old.
Well, I say, you got anything for us?
No, I'm good. This was fun.
All right, man.
If you have more guest appearances, I'd be happy to.
Come on down. Yeah. it's always open for you.
Yeah,
every Friday.
open invite, man. This is if you're around. We record on Friday nights. There's one on March 10th that we're gonna be doing. That's a Wednesday, but we always do Friday nights about 7:00. We hang out, open up a couple beers. Now that we know what you like to drink, we'll have some beers.
Yeah, no, I'll
be more prepared.
No, nobody. I mean,
I didn't peg you as a Miller Lite guy. I pegged you as like
drink.
I have all this
I don't.
beer.
I drink Corona. I like to work on my car and drink Corona.
Okay.
Outside.
You put the lime in it, and every time I've ever done the lime and flipped it,
Oh, you
I've sprayed myself like
No,
crazy.
I don't like. I like whiskey, so my beer is not.
Our best podcast was done on a half a bottle of whiskey.
I'm so
Kind.
so fucked up.
Buffalo Trace, and he had some 15-year-old scotch.
I
had a
and
bottle of
I'm
Pappy.
drinking.
Oh, yeah?
Really?
Have you ever had Boyens? Or it's like bourbon though, but it's the one
That's
with
right,
like
the bourbon.
Kentucky. It's got the Bland's.
The
that's-
Bland's.
Yeah.
I have 3 bottles.
Really?
Yeah,
That's
just
the
because
nice
I don't sell them on Facebook, but
If you were to sell them on Facebook, how much would they be?
so the Pappy, my girlfriend entered the New Hampshire
Happy
Rabbit.
runs thousands of dollars.
So
a bottle.
not the bottle I have. I only have the 10-year.
Okay.
$50 retail, $300 to $400. I won a bottle of Old Forester birthday bourbon. It's probably $90 retail. I sold that for $400.
So you know all about bourbons and tasting and stuff like that?
No.
I get a guy.
No, I know what I like.
Yeah.
I know what I don't like.
Yeah.
I don't like too high of proof.
You into cigars at all?
I used to be at Two Guys Smoke Shop.
Yeah.
Every Saturday.
Yeah, me
during
too.
college football season.
I'm there
10
now
years
every
ago.
Saturday.
I just don't have time for it right now.
The guy that runs the
Especially now
place.
that I'm buying a house.
Guy that runs the place, Jonathan. I got him coming on the podcast in a few weeks.
That's awesome.
Yeah. End
I was
of
there
March.
all the time when I was like 24 through 29.
Yeah.
Or 27.
Place is awesome. I love it there.
I do too.
Yeah, Two Guys Smoke Shop. Everybody listening in.
Yep.
Yeah, go online, find them, look them up, buy your cigars.
There was
from
one
some
savage
local
who used to
business.
work there and he didn't have a cutter. Or no, he had a cutter and he cut the cigar with the plastic on it. I was like, what are you doing?
One of the older guys.
Dwayne, his name was Dwayne.
Yeah. He doesn't work there anymore.
This is why.
Yeah. He actually sold me my first cigar there,
Yeah.
Davidoff Millennium.
No, my buddy was
2000.
there and we always remember Dwayne.
Yeah. They changed the whole place up inside.
Oh, did they?
It's nice, yeah.
When you walk in, the humidor's not to the left anymore?
So when you walk
Downstairs?
in, they still got the boxes downstairs,
Yeah.
but they redid the
Lounge?
seating area,
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
and they made it bigger. So you would walk in, and there'd be the humidor with the boxes down there, and they have all the singles in there.
Yeah, you'd have one on the
And then you'd have like an entryway into another room that had
Yeah.
more cigars, and that's where they kept the Ashtons
Yeah,
and the
Davidoffs.
Toro Fuentes.
Yeah.
And then there'd be a few seats on the other
Yeah,
side. Now
red
they
leather,
made
the red leather type barber type chairs.
they made it all seating now, and it's all nice black leather
My buddy
chairs.
asked me to go. It's like, I mean, I guess in the winter I'd be more prone to going, but in the summer I'm just always busy, especially now that I'm buying a house. It's like,
Yeah, in the summer I'm outside on my deck smoking, but
Yeah.
in the winter I'll stop in there. I used to go quite a bit, and I've had to come to a kind of peace treaty with my wife, and I'm there like twice a week now. So it was getting out of hand.
twice a week. So, hey,
That's a lot.
hey, if the casino was open, I'd be down there twice a week, but not that one.
Well, there's always chasers.
I go in there though, and I work on my regular work, right? So we get Wi-Fi access, so I pop open the computer, my regular day job. I'll
What do
work
you,
on that
what do you
there.
do, if you don't mind me?
I'm a chef.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'll tell you offline what I really do. The job that actually pays the bills, but then there's my passion project that's a personal chef business, and I'll go into people's homes and I'll cook food for them. So yeah, it's pretty cool. It's a good time. But yeah, you gotta check it out if you got the taste of a cigar still.
Yeah, I just, I wish I had time for a lot of stuff.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, that'll be good that you're buying a house, and the taxes are stupid.
Yep.
I don't know how we can get around that. We actually don't own our property.
No, because if you don't pay them, it's
They're gonna
gone.
put a lien. Yeah. And it's
Even if
crazy
your mortgage
because
is paid off.
yeah, and your taxes are a fraction of what your property's worth, but you miss that payment,
Yeah, oh yeah,
and you're done.
that's why I want to do like so much. That's why I don't want to pull a permit.
Yeah.
Because the assessor can't come into your house. He can
Yep.
look outside all he wants.
So you bought in Salem?
Yeah.
Nice, good for you. Congratulations.
It's a nightmare, dude.
Oh yeah.
Especially dealing with, because I'm looking for a fixer upper because they're cheaper.
Yep.
There was right now, if you filtered on Realtor.com for houses under 500 grand, there's 3 of them out sale.
No shit. I should put my house on the market.
It's
Get the fuck out of here.
unbelievable right now.
I want to move further north.
I wanted to go to I anywhere south of Derry.
Okay.
And I moved to Derry in like 10 years after once 93 this expansion and with COVID. But once businesses start going north, I feel like all the scumbags are gonna be driven further north.
I want to be north of Canterbury. That's my goal.
Oh, that's far.
I want to be in like Rumney.
Yeah.
Or
I work in high
Like
density construction.
Yeah.
They don't do that up there. So.
No, there's none of that.
If I started my own thing though,
So what's high density construction like?
Like the apartments at Tuscan.
Oh, okay. All right.
Hanover.
Yep.
What's the other company over there? I forget, but it's apartments.
I think that's gonna be an awesome project.
Multifamily is what it's called.
Yeah.
But they don't do that like north of Manchester, so.
So we've been at it almost 2 hours now.
Yeah.
Let's wrap it up.
There.
Do you have like a following on social media that you want to share or anything like that?
No.
This is
I'm
Joe from Salem.
I'm trying to
Good.
actually get a burner account.
Yeah. And like we said, man, open invite. Any Friday you want to come over?
Just come on over.
Just let us know. I put a request out to friend you up on the social media, and,
Yep.
and we'll
I'll
see where it
see where
goes
we're
from
at.
there.
Cool,
Awesome,
man.
everybody. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank
Have a
you.
good night.
All right, done recording.
Sweet.
So what was I gonna tell you after we got off of this?
Oh, who
Oh, the New Hampshire, how corrupt it is.